All right, hello guys. We're back again for I don't know what's this, the eighth one, right? Yeah, the eighth Drunken Ram. Haven't done it in a while. Right, so basically, I'm gonna introduce some of the people that we got here today. I don't know what's
So
this, the eighth one,
today
right?
we
Yeah, the
have
eighth Drunken Ram.
Charms,
Haven't done it in a
Chaz,
while.
Indie Bubbles, Ink, Leo,
So
Louis,
basically, I'm gonna
Next,
introduce
Pizza
some of the
Man.
people that we got here
Oh,
today.
am I echoing? I think I've got my bad. That is my bad. As I was saying, Louis, Next, Pizza, Steelhand, Rooster, and DJ. So unfortunately, you can't see everyone. I'm trying to squeeze in almost everyone in there. Unfortunately, I can't see it all, and we'll just leave it like that then. So yeah, we'll of course go through the same topics as usual. We'll try to steer on those topics. But yeah, say hi everyone. I don't know if you lot want to say hi or not.
Hello.
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 There you go. They're not
Cheers
robots,
up,
I
boys.
swear. They're not AI. I made sure. But yeah, so we'll quickly go on the updates. Of course, there was a lot of updates that last few tests, so I've kind of slimmed down as much as I can. These guys will add on anything extra that I might have maybe missed. So of course we had the towns update, which was massive. So it included a lot of homes. You had marketplace, you got the tavern, you had the workshop now in there, so you can't build that anymore in your homesteads. You have also the storehouse, the barracks, and I believe there was the I think like little smithing thing as well, and some extra stuff that I might have maybe missed. There was also the forts that are placeable now anywhere in friendly territories and are used, of course, to expand the territory. The temples got changed, so now temples are visible on the maps. Also, the temples can't be built close to each other. The horse changes, so there was, of course, the turning speed was changed, and also no friendly fire damage was done. So whenever you ram each other, it doesn't hurt each other. And there's increased silver collecting amount, and the siege tower, of course, was added since the little other tests that we had, I believe, so beforehand. Next was also husks was done for the T2 forts and the walls, and I believe there was husks for other structures. What am I wrong? I'm not sure. Anyone could correct me here. Don't know if there was a
It's
husk.
just the walls.
Was there? I think there was maybe a storehouse I
Uh,
saw that was a husk, but I'm not sure because of one of the tests. But we'll go back into
I
that.
think it just got destroyed.
Yeah. So caravan avatar capacity was also increased. I went from I think it was 60 to 90. We also got introduced new auxiliary avatars that were added in. So basically, you could spawn in as a archer, spearman, or a swordsman, but of course all bronze and leather kits. Capturing keeps was changed from basically just clicking on it to actually repairing it. So that was a big difference. There was some weapon damage changes to a lot of weapons. So each weapon had some sort of increase or maybe decrease depending on what it was. And of course, caves no longer spawning near towns, forts, or temples. And there was also a lot of other minor changes and bugs and fixes. Don't know if I missed anything. Do you guys remember anything else extra? No, yes, maybe,
Nope.
No, nothing
no,
major.
not
Horse
so
sprint
many.
activation.
Yeah, the
Oh
horse
yeah, and
sprint
horse.
direction.
Well, okay, horse sprinting. Yeah, so horse sprinting changes was different. So basically, we had it as it was sprinting and knocking down multiple people. Now, of course, you need to have was it 2 seconds, 2 to 3 seconds, something like that, to basically
2.7
before
activation.
2.7 roughly to knock down someone. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so we'll go from, of course, our likes and dislikes, and I want to go through everyone, of course, as much as possible. So I don't know if we'll start from the top, since Charms is at the top. If you wanna, I don't know, what you remember from anything that was the last two tests that you really loved,
Oh, of
and
course, you got to start with horses. The
yeah,
turn rate, the
horses,
turn speed for horses was great. The
exactly.
sprint activation, I feel I understand why it's there. I think it's pretty rudimentary right now and needs to get fixed because I feel like with the terrain, keep knocking into things and it resets your timer. So either the map needs to get fixed or the time to activate the charge needs to be reduced. One of the two. The husks were terrible since you can't break them, but
It's an introduction of the system. I can see where that's going to go and how cool that will be eventually, where you're climbing over rubble. That's awesome. Auxiliaries. What isn't there to say about auxiliaries? I like the system. I feel that we should be able to buy blank avatars and craft the auxiliaries. So instead of carrying 50 barrels of swords, now you just have 90 iron armor swordsmen ready to go that you craft yourself with player-made objects at the tavern, as opposed to just getting free gear dumped on you. But I'm sure everyone else will go into it more detail.
Yeah.
That's all I could say.
Yeah, I want to make sure that we don't put, because I want to make sure everyone.
I don't want to hit every point.
Yeah. That's what I was about to say as well.
Yeah.
I'll stop
did
there.
everything already. Damn.
Yeah, he's done it all, man. All right, that's it. Next slide.
Got nothing to say.
Yeah, all right. We'll go to Chaz then. Chaz, what did you like then and dislike as well?
Well, on War 5, I really liked how creative the clans had to get with their battle strategies. Whereas compared to War 6, well, I mean, I know it was kind of a break war and, a lot of different clan leaders and planners just were offline for it. But it just felt like they didn't have to give as much effort to the creativity of the attacks when we could just reinforce infinitely. The
So
strategies.
Auxiliary units as well.
Yes.
basically.
I'm also throwing my hat in the ring, complaining about the auxiliary system, which is obviously, just something they're trying. But I don't think we should collectively shout down the auxiliary system because I think there's potential there. And while it wasn't implemented in the best way last patch, I just think that again we should give it a chance. I'll leave it at that for now.
That's all good. What about you, Indy? What did you enjoy that isn't auxiliary or horse right now related?
I wanted to say I'm going to go a completely different direction because I am a different kind of player, aren't I? I'm on the battlefield, but my home is the towns, and I have to say, towns was one of the biggest changes so far for the simple reason they had these smaller little homesteads, basically a house with a little extra slot on there, and it had a positive and a negative. The positive was new players didn't have to pay much to live somewhere, having a public facility they could use without having to build their own things. Because the more you build, the more silver you use. That means that the towns gave new players a good space to start with to learn the game. Not in the best way, because a lot of things were not perfect, but for the test, and ignoring the fact that the towns were absolutely badly built and looked like crap sometimes, or easy to get into. The function itself was really good, and it has a good basic shape for people to live off of and to learn the game before they go outside, join a group, or make their own big homestead outside of the town. The public facilities gave you the possibility to learn how to make tools and weapons. You had the public storage, that way you didn't need big storage facilities on your own homestead and this kind of a thing. Still using up money, but the general idea is what's not bad. As I said, the only bad thing was that the towns were pre-built. And I have the fear that if players are able to place down homesteads on their own, placing down these little houses everywhere, you can't wall off the town properly and you'll get an absolute messy pile of crap because everybody's going to put them left, right, and center, and not straight next to each other, but like in all kinds of weird directions.
So is that messy homestead placements, or is that like just the walls?
Just
as in...
imagine like early game, like 2 years ago, where people had their little homesteads to join the homestead or the town, and it's just rows and rows of houses.
Yeah.
Like just some guy just placed it all down without thinking about where the walls are gonna go.
Oh, so
I
you're
mean,
talking about when
it's
how
just-
it used to be.
It's not
It's
even
a running joke that devs don't know how to build towns.
that also, yeah, but like if you consider also, we don't have to go from like years ago. The playtest before these new homestead systems for the towns came. Think about Pagan Ghetto in War 3, or it was War 3.
Four?
No, War 4.
Was it 3 or 4? I know what you're talking about, though. The ghetto. I know exactly what you're talking about when you bring it up.
So Pagan Ghetto I built back then, and we had like this perfect castle in the middle. But because everybody could place their homesteads where they wanted to, the roads went everywhere. You had the main roads set by the world, but other than that, it was an absolute mess. And that was one of the reasons why fighting within the Pagan Ghetto was absolute horror for a lot of people. And I think if we have this too, people placing down public facilities wherever they want to, just because they paid enough money to be a Carol or even like, around that size, and also placing down their own homesteads is going to be an absolute mess. And you will have no proper function for trade and for people passing by. Hard to defend and hard to work with. So the devs really have to consider making public facilities and town homesteads maybe a thing for Thanes and Lords to, build better defendable towns with the space for the people to live in. Yeah, but other than that, the idea is great.
So what was the then, just so I can get it out? What was the, apart from the homesteads being great and of course cheap accommodation for them, what else was good on that side? And then I'll put a whatever you disliked on that then, because there's a lot of info there all in one go. I couldn't.
Sorry. So we go for the good things. So the good things are cheap and easy housing for new players.
Yes.
Public facilities giving new players the possibility to learn the game early on, even without the help of other people. A good position for people to come together. So people, because they built their homestead there, they have a connection point with bigger clans and other people all the time. You connect with people way better. Also, it's a better attraction to keep these big homesteads all across the town, or across the lands, pulled into the town, and that way the open lands are better usable for fortresses and for other things. That would be like the positives. The negatives.
The negatives then.
Yeah, so we're going to ignore Devman can't build. We'll ignore that one.
Of course, we ignore that one. Yeah.
But negative at the moment is if everybody can build public facilities, if they do that, because it used to be family homes, everybody could build. Storages, everybody could build. If public facilities and houses are buildable for everyone, it will become very messy very quickly and undefendable for the town itself. So it'll become unattractive to clans to live around a town because it's going to be undefendable anyways.
So
unless it's a clan town.
So what you're saying is basically the Thanes and Lords can't really modify that as well when it's built. When they build it, it's unmodifiable and it just stays stuck like that.
Especially the homesteads are, because somebody lives there. Obviously, you can't kick them out and make them homeless, can you? But yeah, obviously, you got the clan town. You got the sorry, one last thing. You got the clan towns you just said 2 seconds ago. The problem with clan towns though is if clans take a town and make a town for themselves, you will also kind of push away solo players, won't you? So it makes towns more of either the clans push out the people they don't want to so they can build it the way they want to, or it becomes an absolute mess no one wants to take care of because it's a lot of responsibility cleaning up the mess afterwards.
Well, if it's unmodifiable, then you can't really do much. But yeah, that's fine. Anyways, Ink.
I'm done.
Go on. What did you like and dislike?
Well, I liked War 5 a lot more than I liked War 6.
Yes.
War 6 kind of felt like a bit of a elongated secret dev branch because they really wanted to introduce the auxiliary avatars and just kind of force that PvP that it kind of lost a lot of the more tactical communication stuff that we saw in War 5, where I think OG was on top of a mountain cliff and the rest of the bulk of the remnant forces were in that valley fighting, and we came down on horses and things like that in the middle of the night. The War 6, we lost a lot of that kind of communication because you just didn't need it. You just, okay, I died, I'll just respawn with another one. It's
but what about
cheap.
the tests, as in the stuff in the updates?
What?
He's getting there. He's getting there.
He's getting there.
Getting there. God.
Build up suspense, dog.
Jeez. I don't know. 1.5. The big thing I didn't like, nobody actually mentioned the flasks yet. That we can't barrel them or we can't even transport them.
Ah, yes.
Oh,
I didn't even
good
know
message.
about that.
I forgot
Yeah,
about that.
flasks
I
are.
just stopped using Flask after hemp was involved.
Yeah, I kind of wish that we couldn't put them in tents, but maybe like at least transport them. Because right now you're just screwed with them. It's like, yes, I produced them,
That was quite
and
bad.
they will
Yeah.
be here
It was
forever.
like, what was the
Do we
point?
know if
Yeah.
that's a change or a bug?
I think it might be a bug,
that
but we're
might
not
have,
sure. We're
yeah,
unsure.
kind of in there.
Cap,
Yeah.
can I just
Otherwise,
stop the flow and say you're so brave for typing in front of people? I could never do
Thank you, thank you. Anyways, Ink, what did you like then? What was your one positive then? At least give me one thing that you
one
might have enjoyed.
positive,
Yeah, that was
I
like
like the horses. I felt that
the
was in the right
horses.
direction.
Alright. You like the horses as well, yeah.
What'd you think of the horses after War 6 when they
Yeah,
changed the horses?
about the
If-
ramming.
If they fix the damn terrain, I'll be very happy with them. But right now, with that
Let's-
3-second or
That's
2.7,
another negative.
I know.
That's another
I'm a negative person, okay?
Two negatives
Fix
make
the
a
terrain
positive.
then. We'll add the fix the terrain for.
Yeah.
all
I mean, the horses
vehicles.
overall, it's a net positive where they've
Yeah.
gone with it. Net positive on those, just all the way around.
Alright, that's fine. Understandable. What about you, Leia, then? What did you enjoy? Give me something positive, because I'm hearing a lot of now, screw this dead
Yeah.
man team kind of vibe.
So, let's start on the bad note. We'll end on the positive note.
Alright, yeah, that sounds
So,
good. I like that.
oh,
Let's do that.
yeah.
Let's rebut it. Yeah.
So, dislikes. The silver upkeep, taxation, and solo player experience. It's just the upkeep makes it very hard for new players to even survive. That's something that needs to be addressed. The auxiliary system killed Logi this last test, which I know it may not be permanent, but it was just a dislike for the test. Not being able to build in the towns really messed everything up. And then the wonky terrain is still causing woes. Now, on the positive side, I love where they went with horses. Horses are a lot better than they've been in previous iterations. The town changes, allowing for individual players to have a place to live, moving away from like homesteads into the houses. I think that is a pretty good change for the towns. But then we can build our own fortresses. That was a huge change, being able to have the fob, but then place down a keep. I think that was a positive change from the previous tests. And then auxiliaries actually are a cool concept if they are done correctly.
So on the keep stuff, what was like specific, like placing down the keep, but then like what about it though? Like just what the expansion of that, or like
Having
expand
the ability
territory?
to build a more hardened battle position near the front lines, or like we had the first week, we had our little Logi homestead, but then off to the right, inside that kind of peninsula, we built the fort where we had the storehouse, and it would have taken a lot more effort to siege into. I think that the fobs are good, but they have vulnerabilities. Adding the forts as like a harder target, that an option on the front line to place a hardened battle structure is something we've needed for a long time.
Yep.
Yeah, frontline keeps and it pulls the combat away from town, because I'm
Yep.
sure the devs know what
And
happens is
homesteads as well.
you
Yep.
siege a town, the town goes down, 50% of the population moves, 50% of the population logs off the test for the rest of logs off for the rest of the. So keeps pull combat away from town and gives
they're
you
a
other
spawn
things to
point
fight
for
over.
randos.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it pulls away from like population loss, from losing the town, and people just being like, well, I'm done. I lost my homestead and my town's gone. I'm out of here. So it prolongs combat in a very natural sense.
So just to
Well-
add a little bit on that one keep thing, the keeps were great. I understand for like front lines, and they were good for like expansion and stuff like that. But did you guys think when they done the change where you can't build keeps close enough, was it? I don't know if anyone actually tested this or checked. When the land was expanded on, were you able to put another keep within that expansion zone?
Ooh,
No, you
Or
cannot.
Was it too
It's the
close
original.
still? Was it still too close to the keep that just expanded that territory?
And that's a
was
good
still too
change.
close.
That's
Was
a
it still
good
too
change.
close? Yeah.
Oh, you mean
so.
into the expandable territory?
Yeah,
I
you
got
can't daisy chain forts to keep claiming turf. You have to take their fort to take the turf.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought it was kind of.
Well, that could be interesting.
That's the back and
that's
forth.
Not
That's kind of
that's not
good
necessarily
gameplay.
a negative.
No, but
Yeah.
you can't just fucking keep spamming. Or sorry for the swear, but you can't keep spamming keeps into their turf to take territory. But you actually have to conquest their structure. I think that is a positive.
I think that is definitely a positive.
The other thing is
so
spawn
glad I wasn't the
points.
first to swear.
Yeah. So back in the fob test, in order to get a place for people to spawn and defend our fob, we had to build a large camp behind it, and that would be the target they would hit. So they would always go raid the camp. So you guys would have to run all the way from the keep with your army to defend the fob. But now, if we actually had a keep next to the stead, you can keep that stocked with avatars. It provides for a lot more mobility of the faction to respond to what's happening instead of being isolated. That's what the keeps have done.
All right, that's good. That's we'll go to the next person just because sorry about that.
Sure. Oh, you're good, man.
It was Louis. We're going to you, Louis.
Hello. Yep.
Let's do also the opposite. Let's start with negative and let's end with happy days. I want to see if someone's got anything else positive as well, because I do have a list, but I'll talk about mine later.
Sounds good. So I spend a lot of time doing Logi, and as Leo said, the auxiliaries killed Logi.
Yep.
Nobody bought my bows and arrows, and my homestead actually, if the test would have gone on any longer, it would have probably decayed because I just couldn't, keep it going on my own really.
No one bought arrows? Just curious. No one bought arrows even? Because I know arrows always went down.
The avatars,
Archer
avatars, 15
I know,
arrows.
But that's what I mean. 15 arrows, you don't get a lot.
silver
so
for those arrows.
If people bought the arrows.
They
but 15 silver can buy 140
arrows.
Yeah, so they bought a shit ton of avatars. Sorry, they bought a lot of avatars and just technically put them into the keep, unalived themselves, got a new avatar. Just back and forth until they had enough.
arrows. Yeah.
How much
Why does Leo keep jumping off the cliff?
You would have to sell them for 2 silver.
They were walking.
You would have to sell a barrel for 2 silver.
Oh man! All right.
No, 1 barrel, 30 silver. So I mean, that's
with 30 silver, you could get what?
A lot more.
Understand.
30 times 45.
Basically,
whatever that is.
it ruined your wealth, your 1%er.
Right.
All right, carrying on. Sorry.
So like War 5, I made
Communism,
12 grand in silver from selling arrows, and then War 6, like I didn't even make bows because no one needed them. You just get it from the auxiliary. Let's see. I mean, that's really all that I dislike because my gameplay is really specialized in just like the Logi. I don't do a lot of PvP, but my likey being the horses, I did do a lot of PvP because there wasn't much Logi to do with the auxiliaries.
Yes.
So I spent a lot of time on the horseback, which was a lot of fun on both sides. Even getting run over by the horse was a lot of fun, But another thing I liked was the townsteads. I did live in town for a little while, and I enjoyed the liveliness of town and just the setup of having that little townstead. I enjoyed it.
So as also logistics, what I'm thinking, did you enjoy the increase of the silver drop rate as well that was added in, and also maybe the caravan capacity of the avatars?
Yeah, the caravan capacity was nice. The silver increase, I don't even notice with the amount of gathering I do. I mean, it was great to get an extra like 75, but I blew through that in the first minute it was available, and then it's back to 1 or 2 per trip kind of thing.
Yeah. Do you remember any other logistics that you did? Maybe like, I don't know, did you do food logistics at all to the front line?
Yeah, yep. When a couple barrels of food would go with arrows every once in a while. I mean, making a specialized food setup was like my first specialized homestead like a year or 2 ago. and now I've been doing the chickens and the arrows lately. So the food's been pretty set in stone. They haven't changed that too much, other than the capacity in the ovens and the hearths, which changed a while back, and that's kind of shitty. But I was a second, sorry.
Cool.
But yeah, so
Oops, not a swear.
Don't worry about it, guys. Not concerned. Carrying on.
Yep, that's all I really got.
All right, that's all good. All right, next. Next is next.
Hello.
Wow, look at that.
Sheesh. Okay, I'll start with the controversial thing, and that's kind of I like the lack of flasks. This two tests.
Lack of flasks.
Yeah, I mean, so you can't transport them. I like to use the ramps. Of course, the ramps, the catapult was a bit, or the ramps was a bit buggy with the foundations this test, or the test 5. But I really like that if you're gonna use flask, you're gonna struggle with it, I think. Like, I don't know, or nerf them, I don't know. I just don't like flask. That's my controversial fact.
Yeah, they weren't really used, were they? Like, I don't think I saw.
Just they're so expensive.
Well,
yeah,
they're very. You didn't see at all, like almost anywhere. I feel like that much flasking. It was more just torch.
They didn't do
ramps.
damage either. Like they used them against the walls on the War 6 on the last big, the last big siege. And they threw them against the wall and they did like 5% damage. Like 10 people throwing flasks. It was nothing.
It's because they've all been nerfed, torches and flasks, but yeah, that's the sad thing.
Just prolong it, because you got like Mammon rushes where people just groups of things will
Yeah,
just
I hate that.
burn
I think
really
flash
fast.
should be removed from the game completely.
Don't
I
say
really
that.
do.
All right.
But
Anyways,
but the problem is
next?
they just don't have anything to replace it with because nothing else really works.
Next, Karen.
And then I have a hitbox on Karen's horse carts, hand carts. I really hate it. It's really hard to kill someone with like if you're chasing like a single caravan shouldn't be able to get safely to say like inside a keep. Like I was chasing a horse cart for like 10 minutes. And he was just running away from me. I couldn't kill him because the hitbox
Were you on
is
a
so
horse
fucked.
or running as
Yeah,
well?
I was on a horse.
This is what you got to do: detach the wagon or caravan.
No,
you can't.
You can. I stole while a group was like they're rebuilding their
forget to
keep
claim
with.
it?
They had a stack of iron in a cart. I ran up with a horse, got on their horse cart with the iron, and tried running away with it. And
well, someone's already riding the horse.
no, that no one was riding the horse.
No.
They
What
just
Nex
left
is
it
saying is
unattended.
he was chasing a
Oh.
horse.
He was chasing someone, so
Well,
you can't detach it while
that
you're
too.
chasing them.
I had
so, yeah.
8 guys trying to swing at me on the horse and wagon, and they couldn't kill me. And I'm just trying to jank it back and forth, trying to avert them while they're just swinging and not killing the horse at all.
See, it's very difficult, and it should be like that. You should be like needling like people helping you, like following you, protecting. If you're gonna like carry valuable resources. Anyways, next is the keep area got nerfed from War 5 to War 6. So we had a plan that we were gonna place like the keep first, no, the towns first, and then the keep, or like homesteads first, and the keep later to get the tax income. But the area got nerfed, so we couldn't place the keep after we placed the homesteads. So that was quite fucked.
Yeah, you couldn't put the keep right as close to the homesteads, wasn't it? As much, basically.
Something like that. At least it wasn't in the area. Like we couldn't place it in the.
But do you think there's like maybe a good thing out of it, so it's not getting spammed constantly, or I don't know.
Yeah, it's just I feel like the tax was so hard, so we needed
No one was
the
gonna
keep
spam
income.
it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know, but I like that the keeps get like take silver from close villages. I like that. I don't. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I have the positives.
Yep, go on then.
Yeah, of course I love the horses. Not much to say there. I like the strategic part of it, and like just it was a bit OP in War 5, but I think they should make countermeasures to it. Like for example, you can bury spears in the ground, and then the horses can't run over you or something like that. Like better than a shield wall.
Don't one use bear traps to counter the horses?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's terrible. That's
you can make your own thing just called spikes and bury it around, something like that, you know.
bedrocks are still trash, Rooster.
And then
No, you just had to implement them right.
my last thing is I like the avatars, but I think they should be way more expensive and be more like mercenaries, if you get me. Like normal avatars is just normal soldiers, but the auxiliary, I can't say the word. Auxiliary. Yeah, it's more like a mercenaries, more expensive, but it's gonna pack a punch.
Yeah, I get what you mean, because like the pricing of them right now is just like, they're way too cheap, of course.
Cheap.
But I think the dev man, I do believe they did mention something. How do you say it? That they will change the price. That was just placed in there for like just for the sake of the test, just to throw it in there, and they will change the pricing. But you know, we will see, I guess, in the future.
Free folk kits were cheaper than buying a berry on the market.
Yeah, once
or a frickin'
Mark was the one that said that it was that cheap intentionally, which made
Yeah.
me go, "Oh yeah, this is definitely just a test to. They want combat to see how it works and make sure it's still functional." I'm pretty sure that was the reason.
I think that's what I thought as well. Because when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, so it's not going to be this cheap.
Well, the big chaotic fights and stress tests were the moments that went viral and were marketable and what got everybody I know interested into the game. So I imagine they're trying to reproduce that on some level.
Yeah, that's probably what I was thinking as well. I definitely think it was more of trying to get more combat going, and it definitely wasn't that happening. All right, Pizza. I'm gonna say, just let's see if you got a positive now. I want something out of nowhere, something that we've missed out maybe.
Yeah, I got a couple things. I'm a town guy. I'm a big townie in the game. I like to live in town, and I think I received the new townsteads a little better than most players because in addition to the townstead changes, there was town workshop changes where you got to get your stone bricks and ropes from town. So that kind of solidified my role into the lodge in our clan because I had to make trips from town out to our bases. I like the townsteads more in War 5 because you had a little bit more outside space, but then the devs changed that in War 6 and plotted a stockpile outside. So I think townsteads are good if they had enough outside space to maybe fit a farming plot.
Oh, well, like in the actual homestead areas, or you talking about like in at a farmland, like a public farmland?
I think either one would be beneficial.
It would be nice to farm in town.
I used my outside space in town for to raise horses in War 5, but I don't think you can raise a horse with the new outside space in War 6. The big positive for me in the last test was Ancients finally captured a keep. I'm a big Ancient loyalist, and for 6 wars, we haven't been able to capture a keep due to bugs or test ending right before 9-hour siege and bug to keep. But
hell yeah,
the faction finally got a keep, which made me very happy.
Yeah, it was definitely big challenge and difficult to do anyways. But yeah, that was still fun though. That's good. All right, Steel. We're gonna rush through these last ones because I don't want to stay on this too long. Steel Hand.
Yeah, I think roads have gotten more difficult to place down than recent wars. Yeah, roads. They become even more picky, and the new trees, the half-cut trees, you can't remove. They're just making it more difficult to connect homesteads outside of the keep.
Oh,
I heard a fix for that was to place roads.
Yeah, they always. Yeah, I still hate them. I have pure hatred for those still to this day.
Yeah, so do I. They're my bane.
Same.
Whenever I try to make roads.
It's like, do I hate the enemy? No, I hate these trees.
Also, you can't place down trip hammers inside the keep. The workplace area. can't be put down. So you're gonna have to do that manually if you want to smith stuff.
Good way to farm avatars, though.
Indeed.
As in
Yeah.
the trip hammers, what? As in, so you had to do everything
They're
manual.
not.
There was no.
Yeah, you have to do it manually if you want to.
Ah,
If you
that's
have to
interesting.
smith. Yeah, they're
But I
not.
guess it's because they don't have they didn't have even enough space to build like a windmill or anything like that, was there?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's
Too little
not
space.
town space. Yeah, town space is quite cramped, isn't it, for anything?
Yeah, it should be more double the size when it's upgraded, or something like that.
Yeah.
The
or
building
just
gets
even the
taller.
smithing zone, like we had
Oh
like
yeah,
the farming.
you could upgrade
idea
it
here.
and
Just
then
have a
it
smithing
becomes
zone,
bigger. Yeah.
that expands.
Also, that if a building, essential building, is destroyed inside the town, you can't replace it. It's like gone, like the taverns were.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure also, the market, you can't build it back up again. It's just gone. So very critical infrastructure is lost.
That's the same with beds when we captured the town on the east. And like the barrack beds died basically with that, and so nothing, of course, everything else was like locked down completely. But yeah, the barrack beds, we couldn't rebuild them, so we put like, I don't know how many spawns were put in that town, but basically I feel like the remnants could have just captured that town again with no like absolute defenses, basically no one defending it, like no problem at all.
Yeah, but at that point, everyone was like, "Well,
yeah,
it's over, guys."
And they had no auxiliary avatars left.
Yeah, I understand.
'cause we
Like
burned them all.
everyone was quite burnt out anyways on that test, so
Oh,
it
yeah,
made
yeah.
sense. So yeah. But yeah, anything you can think that's maybe good?
We definitely enjoyed the market. Just collecting resources and then just selling it, finding a niche people really, or a product people like. I just sold a lot of resources during both wars.
Probably
But
a bit less on the second one, right?
yeah. No, we actually sold more on that one.
Oh, did you? Oh, no way, that's crazy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I bet, yeah, I guess because the silver increased, so it made sense. People had more access to money, so
yeah,
it made sense. Yeah.
I don't like there's a cap when you go outside, and you can only collect a certain amount, and then you have to wait a specific time, and then it resets. It was really annoying.
Yep, that's true. That's still still a pain. All right, Rooster. Let's go to Rooster.
I love
Sorry,
the camps and the price of camps.
Camps? Oh.
Yeah. The cost of camps, of placing it, was so nice. I think an issue with it that could be cheesed is if you don't finish building a camp, it can't be destroyed, so the blueprint's still there. And then you can just hammer one plank and finish it and then get it built really fast. But I think that should be changed. But
was it like 20 planks and 10 fiber or something like that?
It was like 25 planks and 10 fiber.
Yeah.
Rooster, can you clarify? Like, it can't be destroyed by the enemy if.
Yeah, I've tried. So when I first got on War 6, the army of tents by the remnants they placed, there was some that weren't finished, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna burn it and just destroy the blueprint. But I wasted a whole inventory of torches on it, and nothing got destroyed. So I was like,
that's probably, do you know why? Because the torches are still that weak. You probably should have just walked up.
No, I tried swinging at it, and the blueprint didn't get destroyed. So the blueprint's invincible.
They are tanky though, probably.
I trust me. I spent a while just swinging at it and doing all the tests for that.
When you build that cheap camp, that camp has got like a lot of health. So I bet the blueprint's got a lot of health as well with that.
Maybe, but still, it still has that. It's still invincible unless you finish it completely.
Okay.
So negative for the camp, but I like the cost of it. I love how you can place it in strategic locations. And just depending on the builder, you can just have a nightmare to deal with. And then the negative that I have that no one else has mentioned besides I think maybe Steel. I hate how roads have to be built at like a the quarry bench or whatever it's called, the hammering station. I miss how you could make roads at the town center because
as in the
I would build roads
the
like
gravel.
all the time. Yeah,
gravel.
turn it into gravel. I
That's
miss that
another thing.
change.
With the dang smashing plate, the consecutive recipe is a terrible change because now if you're trying to make cutoffs
yeah.
from the slabs, like half the
Mhm.
time you end up with an inventory full of half-made gravel. If you're just not paying
Yeah.
attention for 2 seconds.
Yep,
Yeah.
I've literally, I think I do agree with that one as well. That one's a very painful one because if you click it once too far, once you're going from rock slab to cutoffs, and you click it once again, and then you turn it into gravel, and it's like, well, now it's stuck on gravel. I can't revert it out back to normal.
It happened twice for us.
Yeah.
Also, what happened to getting twigs
so
off
annoying.
of a sawbuck?
Trees?
I miss getting
Oh,
sawbuck
yeah.
twigs.
So
That
do I.
You
I missed.
gotta suffer.
I missed
That's
that
why they
change.
planted more twig spawns.
That's
Did you not notice
true.
that? There's a lot more twig
And then
spawns,
it
like a
produces
huge
more
amount.
silver in the economy, but still, someone that likes to place large camps, I like to make a shit ton of twigs really fast. Besides picking them up. That's my 2 cents because everyone else hit the topics.
Yep. All right, and DJ, we'll finish off on DJ. What have you got? Other one extra.
I picked up a couple just to kind of reiterate to start with on what Indy was saying about the ghetto. My group built a homestead just outside the town radius for pagans along the main road. We got a ton of action, but yeah, the ghetto in town was absolute insanity, and I hope that they can work on bringing back player built towns with a bit more design control. And I guess I get, you don't want big clans to just pick everything, but at the same time, I think a level of that's necessary, and there's not going to be a great way to balance it other than community opinion of those groups that are flexible with solos and friendly to solos, and people that just come in and say, yeah, no, we're putting a road through your house,
Yep.
move your shit.
Maybe 2 of the 3 are dev built. 1 of the 3 can be player built.
And that's where I think they'll find a balance at some point. I've got a suggestion thread, but I won't go back over it now. One thing I didn't hear from people was the bow situation with the combat change.
Yep.
You're right.
It's I don't think all of the change to bows are bad. The increased damage was needed because there for a while, a dude in full armor, you couldn't even break the shields at all with a bunch of dude like zoning in on one shield. You took forever to break them. So I think they needed the damage. I think the aiming thing could be a little bit better. I'm not against like just being able to left click and shoot. The machine gun fire I think needs to be toned down a little, but the combat lock is the biggest issue for me. Not having combat lock on the bowman just feels bad. Feels good when you like the bow, but I just if that's the vision is to not have combat log on a bowman shooting a bow doing damage, then swordsmen probably don't need combat lock either.
So you don't like you don't like it that you can't lock on anymore to the person, that you have to like properly aim this time? Is that what
No. I mean, I think you should just be able to left click with your cursor, not like locking your bow on somebody. Like you should still aim, but the combat lock itself, where if you shoot the bow before, even if you missed, you were put in combat, and that felt really sucky. Like I'm glad they don't do that, but I think if a bowman hits a target, they should get combat locked.
Okay, I get what you mean. So combat lock not added in, like because they.
It's just inconsistent. I mean, pick a rule and do the same for both melee and bow. Like otherwise, you're just gonna end up with shadow dancing bowmen like Voxel, and then
That's
not
what
that melee
was
loses
last
its
test,
role.
honestly.
Yeah,
I don't like that last test. It was just constantly back and forth, everyone shadow dancing
So
each
if a
other.
melee guy is going to take a swing at a bowman that's doing the shadow dance, you better land that one hit as a melee, because if not, you're combat locked and he's just going to drill you with 10 shots.
And then you're you're taking stam damage now because it's all connected, so you can't sprint rush them.
Yeah.
And even if you do, you know, if he kites you properly, now you have no stam to even swing your sword.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shadow
So
dancing,
No stam to hold up your shield.
shadow dancing pistol fights in Foxhole, but with bows.
yeah, it
We'll have a
would be
fix in a
fine if
year.
the rules were a little bit more consistent between melee and range, so it wouldn't like, you know, to me it just feels range biased, even aside from auxiliaries being cheap as chips.
Yeah, true. The range is. We didn't notice it, of course, from the previous season until auxiliaries got out, and they were like, "Wow, everyone's just using bows because you know it's not
Yeah, that is spam.
difficult. Yeah, it's just the spam of that, you know, because why not?" But yeah, it was very overpowered how the archers just constantly was able to shoot, move, and then I swing once or whatever, or whoever swings it once, and they're stuck.
Now you're dead.
Yeah, basically. Well, if you have
Even
enough
if-
stamina still left to hold your shield up, then you're fine. But like, if not, you still might lose it after that.
Not to mention, they can also carry a spear, and if you went on a horseback, they could just rip out the spear and then two-shot you with the bronze spear.
Yeah.
That was my deal. Like when the Western Remnant town was getting sieged, I was just spawning in one of the forts that got bypassed that still had auxiliaries in it, and I'd just drop my spear and then respawn as bowman, pick up the spear, and just go solo cavalry that were trying to pick off stragglers. It was really fun. You'd have the infantry come up and you could just dance around them, or the cavalry guy would think he was being cheeky and just go find a piece of terrain that they don't realize is sticking up, and then you go stand next to it. Cavalry charges you and then stops dead in front of you, and you just poke them with a spear.
Yeah, absolutely.
Home field advantage is what I call that.
Yeah, I mean the terrain is inconsistent, which it's been mentioned before. The terrain meshing's it needs work, but that's why we're testing all the different maps. About the time we get the terrain halfway leveled out, devs put us on a new map to find all the shitty spots on it.
Absolutely.
Honestly, I don't think the maps are going to be fixed until EA.
I don't know that they'll even be fixed then.
EA.
I think they'll do a big polish before EA comes out, and part of that's going to be fixing and smoothing maps. But who knows?
Yeah, but on things I did like a lot of people said, the cavalry buff was totally needed. I'm glad it got fixed and toned down a little, but I think there's still balancing to be done on the cavalry. Replace towns. I do like the prefab style for towns. I'd like to see more of a balance where you've got different keystones or something for people to either opt for a really cheap prefab, cheap to maintain, or have a small plot that's still modular that allows people to do what they want with it. But obviously their tax is going to be higher because it's not just one piece. You'll have multiple pieces to build that house to allow for a farm plot or something. But overall, the prefabs are nice.
All right. Well, I'm gonna add now my little. I have written down quite a few notes. Usually, I always like to make sure we look over everything that might have been missed out that you guys haven't already spoken about. So of course, you guys spoke about horse changes, which everyone loved, but of course there was some iffy things like terrain. Of course, for horses are quite painful because going around some of the land, you can tell when you're trying to go up, like I don't know, like a little road or something like that. You either hit something and you can't see it. There's nothing there. It's like, what have I just bumped into? Like an invisible road or rock or whatever it is. But some people weren't able to see that. I noticed that was an issue as well when we used the siege tower. Some players had their graphics lowered, and because of that issue, they couldn't see all the logs that were stuck in the ground. So I had to guide them out of that area and basically move them away from that little logged area that had those little silly stumps that were just there. So I had to make sure that whole siege tower was out of that zone, uh, since none of them could see it. So they were basically being blindly guided into nothing, and yeah, they didn't have, I guess, their graphics turned up as much, which is kind of a I guess an issue for the devs that they should probably remove that, but they have decided not to yet. But yeah, so other things I also wanted to talk about was also still town homesteads you guys spoke about, which was very nice. I did enjoy the idea of it There was though, of course, the terrible thing of that, like if you spawned in as a soldier in the town straight away as like your first spawn, you cannot make then a homestead because you're a reinforcement.
Yeah.
So basically, spawning in the town there as a reinforcement didn't allow you to make your own homestead until you either, I think, died or something like that. I think so. I'm not sure even
you
if
had to
dying.
kill yourself.
You had to wild
Yeah.
spawn and run to town.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So it was like it was quite bad. So spawning as the reinforcement didn't allow you to build homesteads.
Also,
I mean-
note to that really shortly. Being in reinforcements was way too easy. That way you could take out supplies way too easy.
True, because you spawned in and then just like, oh, what's this fun stuff?
That's true, actually.
I like the loot inside the town hall here. But yeah, I feel like that's going to be a common thing anyways, because it's like, I know it's a public town, right? So people will use it. People will take it. You know, I'm not
People will lose
worried.
it.
The whole idea is if you want privatized stuff, then I guess have a homestead. You know, keep it private there. That's about it, really. That's the only thing I can suggest on that part. But I guess that's the whole point of having the towns public like that and allowing access to everyone and anyone. But yeah, so the other thing that I also wanted to add on was the temple's distance that was enforced. Basically, where you can't build temples so close to each other was really nice. I did like that change because now you can't have the temples so close to each other and spam it on a massive mountain, which is difficult to climb to as well, as we have noticed on one of the tests. I think that was the first one, right? Someone remind me, anyone? Was that
Yeah,
the,
that was
that
the
was
first
the
Talking
first
about
one?
with the blood,
Yeah.
blood castle location.
Every temple or cultural victory has essentially been 3 temples built in the furthest back
Very
town.
hard to cure.
It's crazy
Yeah.
that they've taken this long to fix that.
Yeah, they just realized it. Yeah.
I know it was an easy fix. I mean, we already have that system in because of other things. Apply it to the. It's not like they had to build a new function.
Yeah, and of course
Like
having them
wells.
visible was also kind of nice because, you know, if one day someone's
Oh,
going to build a temple all the way in the bottom right hand corner of the map, at least we don't have to now find it. We just have to look on the map and all right, there it is. It's down there, right? So someone has to
nobody
then.
mentioned the maps are cleaner now because less things pop up
Yeah.
on it.
Yep.
How does everyone feel
But I
about
missed
that?
that. I really missed the dirty maps of like seeing all the locations and buildings.
True, there
Like,
is
Like,
some
add battles like
structures.
a foxhole.
and the fog of war, everywhere you go, you would
Yeah.
like shows where
You
you
need
walk. I
filters.
missed that so much.
Toggleable legend would be nice.
Fog of War, it was kind of sad to lose that because it's harder then to notice what I've scouted and what I haven't scouted, or
Mhm.
like if I'm looking around, because then I'm like, oh, have I been to this area? I don't even know now. Like, have I?
You,
Let me double
you don't know
check.
where the enemy homestead that you want to hit was. You have to like
Yeah,
mark it on the
exactly.
map.
And
you
it's
only
quite
get one.
difficult because there's no icons even for like even the homesteads as well, isn't there? There's nothing.
Yeah,
like,
there's
Cabbage
nothing.
seeds.
Yeah,
You
it's
just have to
like
remember.
Yeah, but
was
how
kind of-
how
yeah.
about like instead of having this like these icons that they're really good, but at the same time they give away too much. How about your map changes a little bit? You get like little icons, so you can see like a little homestead like drawing on your map as soon as you like find this place, and it
Or
stays
you
there.
put your own
and-
markers.
Well, I thought you'd have like a map, a shared map where you go around and then you can share it with the
Photography
town.
table, dude.
That's
Yeah.
that's some weird suggestion that is just so complicated to code in. I don't think
I
they'll ever-
know.
We've I think
I know.
mentioned
It
this
would be so
before
nice.
on,
We
on
have.
previous times.
We have.
It's like
It's an
you ever
awesome
played
idea, but
Valheim?
how do you do it?
Yeah, but no, Valheim's done it. I don't know how
Valheim did it,
Valheim's
yeah.
done it, and they have a simple game as well. So I feel like
But
maybe
large
add
scale,
whatever
though.
they have. Yeah, it's
I had
still
no
large
idea
scale
someone else
here.
had made it. I thought that
It's
just
such a cool idea. And I think maybe the devs could look into it and like have a look whether they could do a cartography table and have it where you share it between, you know, other town members or something like that. Like just have it as a public table that you have it inside the town. You
Pay
just
15 silver to get your map updated.
yeah. No,
another
there's
silver
one
gets tanked.
person. No,
Awesome.
no, don't do silver related. No, just let it.
I mean,
I
at
can
least
watch
that'd be
it.
something useful to spend silver on.
I only have 10 silver. I can only buy
Players
this
putting
half of the
maps up
map.
in the market as
Yeah.
complete lies.
So like the reducing also pledging costs was kind of nice. I did like the reduced pledge costs was probably a really good thing. And the pledge and status, wasn't it? Pledge and status cost was reduced because
Yeah, dude, 750 silver,
750 was
crazy.
crazy. Like, dude, that was like that's what almost 2 days or I don't know, not even 2 days, depending on how big you built the homestead. It was like 12 hours or less of coinage right there, just gone. So having that actually does help now. People, add their statuses more and add more people pledging. Because back then on the test before that, no one practically pledged to anything. I don't think I even pledged to.
I haven't
a single
pledged.
place.
I haven't pledged to a town or a keep in the last 3 tests.
Last test I did. That was, I think, the first time since I don't know how many tests I've pledged, but yeah, just because
I
of that.
usually do just to so I can gain access to the storage keep and
he wants to
start
steal stuff
moving
in public.
around.
I tried to take over. I tried to take over
Do
that
it.
one keep from the Rems, but then I couldn't because there wasn't enough pledges to actually build on it.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I mean. It's quite a good thing that they've done that because it helps also with the economy, and you don't have to suffer because if you want to pledge to the town and help your town or whatever, you don't have to spend half your coinage decay time before you become, I don't know, a serf or a serl or whatever, just to just to be a pledge there. And yeah, it's so much that I'm happy that they changed that finally, which is quite good. The caravans also being allowed to be built in towns and forts was not too bad. I like that change because now you don't have to just build it in one spot and like drive it all the way from your homestead that's 2 miles away or whatever it is, like on the map, just to transport it all the way back there. So at least you could build it on the front line or like on a fort, and then I don't know, use those spawns to push forward to the next town or next fort that you have. So I don't know if you guys like that. I kind of did it. I like that change a little bit. So
yeah, it's a good change.
So I've got also some 50-50 kind of ones that I had written down because, of course, we talked about auxiliary kits, and that was already where it's good, but needs to be more expensive. Definitely the pricing of that needs to change. Fortresses, of course, were good, but also they need to push ground, and it was difficult to push ground since you can't place another fortress in that push ground that you've expanded on. The camp cost that Rooster mentioned, I did like it also that it was cheap, but I hated the health. The health of the camp is way too crazy for the price of the camp. So like
especially if you have water buckets or something in it.
Yeah, it's not even that. Even if you don't have water buckets, if the fire goes out and you have a hammer with a couple of repair mats, that's 3 hits and it's back to 100%. It really is. The camp health like either needs to be I don't know, maybe reduced to value to the same price of the cost of the camp itself, or I don't know, maybe increase the cost a little bit more, but like don't make it crazy cost, like with hemp or whatever. Like maybe I don't know, make it more planks or something like that, or I don't know, like 50 twigs or something crazy. I don't know, something like that. That's something just that makes it fair to the health.
Probably hemp or not hemp.
No, not hemp.
Linen.
Don't say hemp.
Linen.
Not hemp.
Dude, linen. Linen would be a good add to the crafting for camps. Because then you actually have to farm and dry it.
Well, yeah, true, and at least
and it's actually like, oh, there's
and it's a
linen on this
tradable
camp.
resource. Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
linen seems, and it makes more sense, I guess, because the camp itself looks like it's made out of linen. So I guess you could say that would be a fair way of doing it. But yeah, something maybe, I don't know what exactly, but something to make sure it's not spammable like that, because then you've got like last test it was like what 9-10 camps like that were just spammed and they cost like I don't know how much health they have. They've got like, let's say 2,000 health or something, and you need like 50,000 torches just to burn them all down or something. It's a crazy amount just to do all of that. So it's a bit crazy for us to even try and go through them. The starter kits from towns is very nice, but I'm hoping that's not going to stay there as well for the future, because yeah, like we I think spoke about how we prefer to have towns built ourselves maybe. and just have that as an option.
Oh no, the newbies need something to fight the wolves and the pigs with.
Yeah, I
Just
know,
know
but
how
I
to
think
play the
not
game.
ironed. Maybe just give him a bronze knife instead of an iron knife, and a hammer, a flint hammer instead of an iron hammer. It's just because like you go straight to iron kit straight away there, which is iron tools is
Let's
like.
be real. The noobs weren't getting any of that. It all went straight to the
Yeah,
clans.
every clan
So-
member was definitely starting
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
But that's what I
did
mean, though.
not
At least
have
you know.
13 iron hammer.
But
Yeah,
don't even give them like bronze. Give them flint tools, flint stuff.
That's
Because
what I mean. Yeah, like you,
every
at
clan
least-
will use bronze and iron to their own advantage because they know the game, they know the tweaks to get the stuff really quickly.
Yeah, but bronze knife isn't crazy. Not gonna lie. Who makes
Bronze knife? No, it
I do.
skyrockets. No, it's crazy. It skyrockets you straight to iron.
Yeah.
Because
If
you
you-
go
if you
down
cons-
and you get the wolves. You can go straight to a cave immediately. Not even a
Yeah.
bronze
Yeah.
knife.
But that's the thing. That's still a challenge. How are you gonna kill the wolf?
3 dudes with bronze
Just give us
knives.
the bronze
with melee
units
You
to
already
right
got
off
a
the
bronze
bat.
knife on you.
Yeah.
I mean, 5 of us punched a wolf to death, and then we punched 3 more. I got a clip of that was the last. Or
that seems like a lie.
I have a clip
It's
right
really
now.
not
I'll give you
true.
that clip.
Was the wolf stuck?
No.
No.
Add clip here.
I mean, it does the same
we'll check this
damage,
out
right?
later,
It's
maybe.
got more
It was
health.
just really dark
Yeah,
in a cave.
I'll
so you
DM
know.
you the link right now, and you can show it whenever you want.
Yeah, I'll maybe check it out later. But so yeah, that was what else have I got here now? So I think we did mention husks, right? For wolves, did we mention husks?
For War
We
5.
did. Husks bad because yeah, the Rams couldn't go through them. Basically, that was the
But
I don't
thought
know
a good.
4-6 they could go through them either. I didn't see a difference
I thought if
there.
you added the husks back, if you had a pickaxe to mine away at the empty husk to get rid of them.
Ooh, I like that. I like
Or-
I thought that would
or
be
even,
like
even just more damage, even like throwing some torches on it, more just to dehusk it. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mind
Some
that, like-
system of clear rubble.
Some tool to get rid of the husk, like a pickaxe or a torch.
And we
Or
can
shovel.
use the same concept on husks for homesteads, Rooster.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah,
when you
homestead
kill a
die.
homestead, you can't come back 12
Yes.
hours later and rebuild
Oh,
it.
Thank you for reminding me of that. I actually wanted to. That was the main thing that's still annoying me still to this day. Homesteads can't be killed. Like it's so bad because what was that one? Was it War 5?
It was the
War
fob.
was-
It was
it
War
was
5.
War
the
5.
fob, yeah.
I
5.1.
spent I think it
part
was
one.
6 hours, 6 hours or something, defending that thing. Rooster was there all the time. I was bullying Rooster basically, kind of.
It was my home.
I was
It
making
was
sure.
riveting gameplay.
Yeah, it was riveting gameplay. I wish I recorded some of it because it was actually kind of
The
funny
hand
just seeing
carts.
some of these guys, the hand carts of seeing you get stuck, K-Vet getting stuck, like a bunch of people got stuck, and I was just like, well, this is just, you lot just enjoy enjoy the little hand carts now because you're stuck there forever.
And then I burn all the hand carts down with torches.
Yeah, but I still brought more.
Okay,
They
I
were
take
only
it back.
3 branches to make.
Yeah, there were only 3 branches that test, so that test was like basically handcart spam anyways.
I'm
but
gonna
yeah.
go against that. Camp health high is too high. I think that naked torch runners onto siege camps was a huge problem for a long time, and I think the problem is people not killing it with rams.
Yeah. But on War 6 though, the homesteads with torches wise, the empty homesteads, I torched one down pretty fast. So they changed the health of the empty husks of the homesteads.
Yeah, but that's
because I placed that third
husk
camp.
doesn't
That's just
go
a
away.
T1
Oh,
though. That's a T1 homestead though.
Once you get to T2, yeah, it's completely different.
The health change is different when it goes from T1, T2, T3. But like it's dehusking, you can't do anything after that point. Once you've killed it, it's dead. It just stays there for 24 hours or more, however long, until I don't know, someone maybe they leave the homestead.
They should let you clean it up with shovels.
And
or
we're not
something.
we're
Yeah,
not
something.
savages, all right?
Pickaxes
Like
or
there's got to be a
axes.
system that is hard to do that takes resources, so that you can't just go
Broadaxe.
bully someone and remove their homestead in the deep back line. Like maybe make it so X amount of distance from a front, it can be is how easy it is to dehusk. Some other version of
Or
that.
just you
But
need like I don't know, 50 to 100 torches to just destroy it completely.
no, we do that. I would do that.
I mean, I'll bring them.
I know,
We
I
would-
would
we would
too,
do
but
that.
at least it's
I
still
think
it still takes
some
us time. You know what I mean to
yeah.
destroy. Something
Yeah,
to like
but
get rid of
18
it, at least.
hours sitting there is just not going to work.
Yeah,
It's no way.
I couldn't sit that long. I had to go sleep.
Do you think that
think about the amount of resources to make that much food to keep your character alive.
Yeah.
Just sit there and
Who
to
brought
guard
me
it.
food?
That is
Someone,
insane.
Someone did bring me food at one point.
I brought you food
Yeah,
once.
you did. Yeah. I was like, he's on duty. Here's your food.
Yeah. I brought you food, and then I nuked our own beacon because I couldn't read a map.
Oh yeah, that was actually kind of funny. I was like saying,
well, I thought I've made some dumb moves.
Yeah, I told him there was a
I've made a
beacon there,
mistake.
and he went and killed our own instead. I was like, okay, well, thank you for that. Now I can't see if there's enemies coming around the corner.
Yeah.
That was
Oh
pretty
wait,
funny,
actually no, that was I destroyed your beacon.
No, you
close to
destroyed it
the-
afterwards. You destroyed another one afterwards, Rooster,
I
'cause
burnt
he-
it down and
he
then
rebuilt it.
I was.
Well,
yeah.
I better watch for that so I don't do that myself. I didn't even know that was a possible
Just
mistake
look for
to
a
make.
red outline.
All right, red outline means what? Friendly or not friendly
Destroy.
beacon? All right. Red outline, destroy beacon. Got it. Thank you.
Put that in things I don't
Also
like.
bigger on
It's
the
hard to
map.
tell beacons apart. They should have different faces.
They all look the same, you know.
They all look the
Well,
same.
if
There should be
it's
different
on
factions.
fire and you're in it, you're probably an enemy.
No.
If it's not light and you're in it, it's yours.
I'm not some backline loser.
Yeah, you
Well, I'm not either.
Hey. I for one love the Art Clan. Don't you dare talk trash.
So ancients were so bored they just bombed their own beacons last playtest. Yeah.
No,
I get it.
that's-
two
no,
tests.
that was-
before
that
Remnants
was-
before.
that was- Remnants.
Oh, okay.
OG was
even
yeah,
worse.
Remnants, yeah.
I literally could not read the map, and I ended up burning into
Everyone
our
was
own
tired.
beacon.
Yeah, we were all tired that day, I think. But yeah, I've got just a couple other points. So ladders, no one mentioned this, which is the other thing. Ladders are still they're still fun and great, but
Too bad.
way too easy to drop.
Yep.
Let's have ladders be able to sprint.
And the other thing about that was the stamina climbing some of these ladders. I feel like it drains so much.
So yeah,
that
it's
it's
so
just
fast.
like what is the point then? I get to the top and I'm like, I have no stamina. I'm staring at 3 enemies looking at me, and I'm like,
It drains
well,
stamina
I'm
to
dead.
climb ladders? Are you
Yes.
joking?
Yeah.
Yes.
But the thing is you're saying
And if you
you're
don't have
saying
enough
ladders.
stamina, it won't let you climb.
You're saying ladders are too
Well, do
easy
you
to
fall
drop.
off of it when
but
you
at the
run
same
out of
time,
stamina, or are you just
No,
stuck,
you
or what?
just
There's
sit on the
a
ground.
lot
It
of
won't let you
bugs
climb.
with the ladders.
The
It's like
the ladders have to be easy to drop because you can build them so cheap that you could like outnumber the enemy having like 20 ladders against them.
I understand
But
that,
there
but I
should
mean, as in
think
way
there
too
should be
easy.
some
You
sort
can
of
have.
there
I
should
can
be a way
have
to hold it
50
up.
ladders. Trust me, I can have 50
animation.
ladders.
It needs an
One
animation.
person can still run on that wall. If all 50 ladders were put up, one person could just run, click, 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 click. They're all gone.
Yep.
It's not
Yeah,
even a
it should
Especially
challenge.
if there's someone
It's
on
really
it.
not a
You
challenge.
should
I
have like
see.
an
Remember
be
my
like
ladder
a-
inspection.
It
Like
needs
the
an
shield wall
animation.
buff, like
What
if
the
there's
siege
like
tower is
3
for.
people on the ladder climbing it, it's harder for them to push it.
Yeah.
If that-
Yes,
if that's
something
how
like
I
that.
had it.
That's a good
They
system.
Like
They
one
had
guy
that-
should be able to push
They had
5
that on
people
the
off
test.
a ladder.
Mm,
In the
They had
stress
that on the
test.
stress test. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
had
did.
Yeah,
that
it was
where
like too
if
heavy
there
to
was-
push or something.
Exactly. If they add that back again, I'm not fussed because I had it where we had 3 people on the ladder and it still got pushed. I was like,
Yep.
oh my god, what the hell? I thought they changed that. I thought they put it
Yeah,
They-
maybe
to that
there
thing,
should
but-
be an activation timer for like the
Someone at the
pushing
bottom
animation
holding
to
it.
toss it, and
exactly like a second or two right when
Oh,
you put it
yeah.
up. You
then
can't
where you
push
sit
it
there
down
and just
then...
wiggle your hands like you're crafting, and then
If
that's
you're-
you pushing the ladder over.
If you're on the bottom as well of the ladder, you should not be allowed to destroy it. Basically, I feel like if you're on the bottom, you should not be allowed to interact. Only the people at the top should be able to interact to push it off. Basically.
I don't know about that one because
Disagree.
if you place the ladder wrong
But
while
how
trying
you
to
what?
attack,
How
then
you
it's
dis-
stuck.
how you
Other thing
destroying the
is,
ladder,
though,
you're dragging it
you're-
by its legs.
You're trying to make the ladder though easy to use, and I get the idea behind it, but in that way you're also making the siege tower useless because if the ladders are hard to push down or to get rid
I'm
of,
sorry.
you just
Can I
push
I'm
in.
going to stop
as
you
many as
right
you
there.
can.
The siege tower is completely useless.
It's not if you
It
place
is,
it
actually.
correctly.
Oh,
No, it's
still,
try.
it's
Okay, it's pretty.
very difficult.
It's a
to
big
use.
bullet sponge.
I'm going to
It's-
count to 3 because I'm so angry right now. Thinking about
Make 10. Do it 10. Make it 10.
Maybe I should post that
I
15-minute
think
video
the
of the siege
hardest
tower.
point though is
I
that
was
the
told
siege
not to
tower is
swear.
just hard to use. It's like the siege tower is so hard to use because it gets stuck on everything. It's so slow
Yeah.
that you can destroy it before it reaches the actual wall. But if it would be tanky and you actually could use it and you could like swarm on the enemy from that side, while also using the ladder on the other side, you can use the siege tower really, really good. It has a good usage, just not on this map and not at the state it is right now.
It's not the land really that I'm more worried about. It's more of the issue of the drivers still can't defend themselves from arrow incoming. So they can't put a shield in front of them.
And
even if you have people in front of you, you can have a line of men in front of you, on top of you, shields all around you. You're still getting hit. I don't know
Well,
why.
You know what?
Because there's a massive.
You know what you
hitbox
use? You
that's
use
just there.
caravans to block them.
Yeah,
but
that
the land,
doesn't
the land was
that
a, the
is
land was a
ridiculous.
problem
Again,
last test.
this is not
We
a
saw
gameplay
it.
loop I think we should promote. Is like, oh, let's drive caravans reverse next to a siege tower. That's
The
ridiculous.
caravans doesn't work either because it blocks the siege tower then as well. Because like we did that, and I think was it the siege tower kept getting blocked by the caravan. And it's like, well, we lost the momentum of pushing it up now, and like this is gonna kill us. And we lost like I don't know, 50
A
to
bunch of
100 odd
resources.
people, yeah,
But
from that.
the
So
the land was a problem too because all the dead stumps and everything. You got stuck on so
Yeah,
many things. It took you
exactly.
literally like 1 hour to get to the bloody wall. We were standing on the wall watching you, thinking like, are they actually just gonna ditch the siege tower and take ladders instead? You know,
No,
And
it was
we
like
did.
a
we were thinking
little
about it though. We were honestly once that tower
No,
was
Shout
up,
out
we
to
did.
that's how
Vodka
it got.
for
That's how it got
helping
pushed.
move
Is because
some parts for us.
they
We diverted the
got
groups
they
with all
laddered
the
from the
ladders.
north off of Rooster's camp. That's how they got in. It wasn't the
There's
siege tower. By the time the siege tower hit the wall and dropped, the gate was already open because somebody had come out of the gate and then someone put a cart in front of them.
Yeah, it was.
There's a simple solution that you guys, I'm sure, have all recommended at some point, and that's just to make it to where you're just reduced speed if you don't have the full crew.
Yeah.
Like maybe
That would
maybe
be.
to make
I've
it
never even
reduce
thought about
speed
that.
if
That's
people
amazing.
are pulling
That's-
like say you've got what 8 people on this siege tower and you got 2 guys going in reverse, like just give it some compensation where those 2 people going in reverse are going to slow it down, proportionately, whatever.
We can
But
keep
if
that
you've
one
got
for the
everybody
drunken truths.
sprinting toward them,
Fantastic idea.
That's a
Please
drunken truth
apply
one
to
right there.
siege
That's a
camp.
truth right there. Drunken truth.
Please go
opinion.
apply to.
Put that in feedback now.
That is feedbackable
it's
right
been
there.
in feedback. I mean, same thing with the ram. People are like, why can't you just have 2 guys like at least move a ram to reposition it in a camp? Like yeah, you may not get up to ramming speed to break
I
stuff, but
believe
But it has to be one on one side, one on the other, at
did it
least,
one
though,
Yeah.
time.
right?
Was
Yeah,
it
yeah. Okay.
HP?
I don't know. It
Yeah.
could still work with 2 guys on. Oh
No,
yeah.
no. That's perfect. And
It's
make
like
it so
walking
it's
speed only
enable.
still.
It's an
No, but if
you cannot move it at all. Like I mean, you can't get any ramming
Yeah,
speed. You
one
can't
guy
even
gets shut
activate
off
the
and it
sprint.
But imagine this
it's
I
dead to
dissent
water.
all of this. I
if you had
think
2 guys on the
everybody
right
should be
and they're
on the
going
same page.
backwards, then it
Was
would
it
turn
Numa
right.
or HP that
And if
turned
there's
the
2 guys on the
interference
left
around?
going backwards, it would go
I think one
left
guy
and then
should
move.
be able to screw it all up.
No, but that's the
Okay.
thing. The momentum, if you think about it, so let's say because okay, the ramming that we've done before, I'm just looking at it as because it was also
Ram, leave-
downhill, right? You're still got that momentum, but one guy gets shot off and the momentum just goes stop. It breaks basically. So I feel like the momentum should still be running, like it should still roll, even though let's say the one guy
And give people
got
a
shot
chance
off.
to jump on and keep
Yeah,
it going.
yes, someone running
I
next to them
think-
could jump on and just keep sprinting with them because then it will like basically make it like the momentum's
It's easier to
actually
get 4
rolling.
people on the same page than it is to get 8. I think you could separate these changes
it.
and do the changes to the siege camp where it's just slower because you don't have to deal with ramming or anything.
All right, that's
And-
fair.
But not the ram. But then moving the
tower
ram
one,
in the
though.
camp would be nice if there's 2 people.
All right,
Like-
I'd concede that if you had 3 on each side that were working together, then you could cancel out the 2 idiots.
And
that
it
were
would
not.
help with like the dead stopping every time something like the guy in the front left gets shot off because he's dealing with arrows.
My question is, why can't you kill tree stumps with axes?
Axes, I
That's
don't know,
so
man.
fucking
You
stupid,
know
man.
why?
Place
It's
a box
because
for a
for
campfire.
art, they're placed there as a placement. They're not there as an actual
Build
like,
a road.
they're not
Build
there for
lead 'em.
like actual use. They're just there as design and art. They're like, oh, let's spruce up the land a bit. Let's put some bushes. Let's put some,
Yeah, it's
you know,
still-
random rocks here and there. And
Why
it's
are
like, oh
they
yeah,
why are they a
let's
physical
place tree
object?
stumps that block half the road and also off road, and we can't do nothing about them. But they just sit there. And even if we do put roads there, they become invisible objects, anyways, that you still bump into.
So fun, guys, isn't it? So fun.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I've always
And
said
then-
to the devs, get rid of them because they're really just a pointless.
They need to make the
artistic
deploy
thing.
No, just let me cut them down with a fucking Rolex.
Or that too,
That's all
yeah.
I'm asking.
Allow that, or just get rid of them if they don't.
All right,
Yeah.
so are we cursing now, or?
Sorry.
We've already
Okay.
It's I don't care anyways. But yeah.
On
what
the
do you
topic
guys
of
think?
siege towers, hang on a
Go on,
sec.
go
We
on.
got to make it so like the back right guy is the commander, and he's the only one who can deploy it.
Yeah,
Because
the
everybody running up, like I want to get on the siege tower as you're pushing it and like stop and it drops. They really
Oh,
need to
kind of
change
like
that.
the catapult, where like the guy on the back left shoots it. You can make like the
Yes.
guy on the back right on the siege tower the only one able to deploy the
Because
ladders.
people running
agree
up
with
as
that.
you're
I agree
trying
with
to
that.
get around a
That's
rock,
smart.
and you have 8 people finally working together, but then someone's like, "I want to be on top." Deploy.
Nothing
we
is
gotta
scrollier
keep
than
that for
being
the
an
next
enemy
page,
on
guys.
top
We
of
gotta
an
keep
enemy
that for the
siege
next
tower.
page. That's the
Yeah.
next slide. I'm not there yet, guys.
Well,
I'm
go to the
sorry.
next slide.
No, I wanted to do one more
Well,
thing. So torch and
all right.
flask range was decreased as well. I don't know if you guys noticed that, of course, but of course I felt like it was kind of dreadful to use, even to torch things on certain places, because the range was decreased, and I feel like you should still have that, you know, especially a torch. Like a torch, I understand, like, is light as hell. It's just a stick with fire on it, whilst you have, of course, flask maybe a little bit more weight to it, maybe. So maybe that should be not a huge range, but at the same time, what do you guys think of that? Like, what did you guys enjoy that shortness of the torch range, or the flask range as
I
well?
did not even notice the difference.
You
They
didn't?
still
What?
managed to burn beacon on the other side of some enemy wall, so it's still
too
possible.
close to the
You
wall.
did? I don't think so. No, you couldn't.
Yeah, I did. Test
Way too
fire.
close to the wall.
Well,
No, I did.
I was on certain structures, and it was, so for me, I could do it, like, but if the structure was right next to the wall, I'll be able to burn it. That was the only difference. The arc was, if I was able to burn it right next to the wall, then it works. But anything beyond that, it just didn't. It didn't
It
want
was
to
right
work.
next to the wall.
If
Yeah.
they want to shorten the range, they should change it to something like how the bow works with indirect fire. Like give it a high arc.
Yeah, or give
then
give us
reduce the range?
options. Like give us a short range or a long range to throw it. Like give us the like arc over things, or just throw straight ahead at someone's face, you know, kind of option.
Wouldn't that buff it?
Yeah. It's already weak, dude. It's a torch that can't do like hardly any damage to anything.
Well, like what is a flint spear? A flint spear is like flint rocks and a plank, and you can throw that halfway
Yeah.
like a football field. But now you add in a stick
Aerodynamic, dog.
and some
Yeah.
thatch, and all of a sudden you can only throw it 2 inches.
I don't
Yeah.
think we need to do logic here, guys. Like, you know how much
It's not
at
logic,
one
it's
torch
just
crew.
balancing
like,
it.
like 5 guys with torches can do a lot over a period of time. For example,
I agree
overnight,
that the
on
original
overnight.
distance was problematic, but I feel they overcompensated it too far to one angle, and it
Especially
needs to
when they
be
nerfed it as
pushed
well,
over.
even more. Because it's like, it's super weak where it
I mean,
can't do any
really,
burn damage to rocks.
I feel like I'm cutting my own neck here on this one, but I feel like we're all looking at torch power against the wrong thing as far as balance is concerned. Torches are the biggest threat against solos. Like clans, you know, they'll have to actually lose the fight to get their keep torched or their own homestead torch, whereas the solo just has to log off and have neighbors that don't care.
Yeah,
And
the
like
solo
7
belongs in the
torches will
town.
get you in. Like
No, it won't be 7
Solo-
torches to get you in.
Solos
Of
belong
course
in a
not.
town behind the big walls. They shouldn't
Yeah.
be off
well,
all by
tier 1
themselves.
walls. Tier 1 walls, it's only a couple torches, isn't it?
No,
No,
I'm
no,
saying
it's
like they
about
should be in the town
towns.
behind fort walls. They
If
should
they're
not
solos.
be in the wilderness alone. And if you get punished, you're going to be punished for that because
Yeah.
someone's going to find you.
The homesteads,
Yeah,
I
but
think,
they're not
are
gonna
made
know
for
that.
for if you're in a group of random people.
They'll
you
know it the next
in
time
the
they
face.
play, and they realize, oh, I shouldn't have made a homestead in the middle of nowhere without backup.
Mm.
Yeah, but at the moment, the towns doesn't have stables. Like they don't have all the stuff that a solo homestead.
should-
If a solo want to do the whole shebang, he can't. He's
They shouldn't.
limited.
But they
If it was-
shouldn't.
if
A
it
single
wasn't,
person
if
doesn't
it-
need
if
that
it-
much
How
space.
many torches does it take for me to destroy a solo newbie? How many?
Depending on if he actually has walls, like let's say he's got
Tier 1 walls.
tier 1 walls, probably, I don't know, couple hundred still.
Not even.
Or
Nah,
more.
couple
Yeah.
hundred.
Yeah.
Nah.
Depends if you want to
It
wait
is.
for burn-in.
It's not 10 like torches to break in one
we
wall.
can
The one
we can
wall
do the
actually
math
takes
for
a
this.
lot.
Hang on.
But if you're doing all impact damage, but you let it burn and then you come back later, you go take an inventory.
But burning
of
is
torches,
still
light
slow.
torch,
The
2
burning
homesteads.
the burning has been changed as well. So the burning is really
it takes
slow
longer.
still, and it's just so slow that it's just like it's not worth your time waiting for
How
it.
do you know if one guy's torching beacons or he's torching homesteads? Because there's always one guy running around killing beacons, and then as soon as people quit, harassing the guy killing beacons, he just goes and starts torching a wall here, a wall there, and then
Hey, stop snitching.
come back,
Yeah,
and
no,
then torch
I-
into the
A
homestead.
good example to that is Yar the Pirate Lord. He was boating up the Remnants lands, the test 5, and probably test 6 too. He was just throwing a torch here, throwing a torch there, and after like a few hours, he had 6,000 in silver.
You're
Yeah,
not raiding one
few
homestead
hours.
at a
If no
time.
one's reacting after a few hours, that's
Yeah, but
terrible.
it's solo.
That's
No
the
one
point.
cares about solos.
That's
You know,
several
if
hours though.
it's taking advantage of, the boy that cried wolf. Everybody cries wolf and they get tired of it, and then when he actually does damage,
Yeah.
nobody's going to
But that's what I mean.
respond.
It still takes some time though. So
A few hours is nothing in this game.
And people can prepare. People
I have a
like
life, okay?
You can't compare it though. You're
Rooster,
trying
I
to.
have a life.
The problem is though that like Pirate Lord could do whatever he wanted to last 2 playtests because the Remnants they had a big struggle. So you can't compare it because if it would have happened to the Ancients would help each other. Pagans the same thing. They would help each other and protect each other. So I think that's one of the big things you have to like consider. The Remnants didn't respond to it really.
I call bullshit that the Remnants don't protect each other.
I do not. I played last two. I
Faster
played
too,
last
and
two
just
playtests.
Beehive
I played the last two there. I saw it.
They do not because
No.
I mean, is everybody here
so
ancients?
much-
Like, is there anybody on
No.
Remnants?
OG was on Remnants. On the first part of the test, OG was on Remnants, and we were burning ourselves out doing QRF.
Yeah.
And I feel we were the only ones there.
So like Wolf 5.
I'm just saying I got QRF by MT and MM a bunch of times.
Yeah, sure, but if you think about it, like IL, for example, so IL attacked HISP and MM. You'd have HISP and MM helping each other. If you attack MT, you'd have MT and whoever is working with them together defending. But if, like, let's say MM is being attacked, HISP is offline, it's very rarely that MT will respond instantly until a leader comes around and goes like, oh, we have to help. Like, Remnants really struggle to help each other, at least the last 2 playtests.
I don't know. I did see a little bit. Maybe it was at different time zones or like at different times of the day. But I think it was just because people were on active or not. But I definitely saw some sort of QRF on certain parts, even if it wasn't a lot, and there was a couple people. I still saw a little bit of QRF. It wasn't like a huge amount, but yeah, there was definitely more when, of course, a bigger group was around. But that's about it. But
it takes 30 torches to get through a T1 wall. Straight.
That's it.
That's it.
I think the torches should.
All right, sorry.
Because I've had enough of this. Right? All right, let's get to this. So I want to a little.
Can I say one more thing?
Go on then.
It's just about the torches. It's the torch damage inside. You can't make torch damage inside keeps and stuff like that, and buildings. It's so
I got no likey. No pagans.
Torches?
Also no likey.
No pagans.
Torches should combat lock.
Yeah.
I'll come to that later, though.
We'll come back. We'll go that on Drunken Truths. We'll go on that on opinions.
Yeah. That's what I'm waiting for.
All right. So towns, of course, was the topic that I wanted to go about. So the random topic, because it was the newest thing, and I felt like it was kind of cool. Of course, this is just more of we're just talking about basically the general what did everyone not like everyone like about it, but like did the town idea kind of go well on everyone's towns? Did like was there randoms and newbies working with each other? Like I don't know. Do you think there should be, of course, the improvements? Maybe I think we could talk about some improvements as well. Like we mentioned, like the smithing thing not being able to add in. We can also add opinions on this one as well, definitely. So anything like the farmland idea was kind of cool. I like that one, where some designated farmland.
Well, town culture is one of the best parts about this game. Just walking in, seeing everybody, chatting with people, meeting with people. It's by far one of the most marketable things about this game.
I had
think there's a fun new
150
challenge.
malachite in the town workbench trying to make nails, and when I left to come back for the next run of nails, someone nicked up all the malachite. That's what I don't like.
So
That's how
you
you-
got
that's how you
you
do
got
it,
a
right?
bit of
It's
town
gotta be a-
culture. Town
Yeah,
feudal
exactly.
culture.
You got town
You
culture.
left.
Town culture, mate.
You left
I-
your
I-
supplies randomly in a
Ozzy,
spot.
As a
I
town
was
union
making them for the
workshop
greater good.
No,
inspector,
no.
And
That
now
was
I'm
free.
next thing someone's
That
gonna
was
go to the
free
market.
nails. If you leave nails, that's our nails now.
That is
No,
that
but
is
the
on
malachite.
you, man.
I was like, are
You sit
kidding
there,
me?
you hit the button, and you rapidly right click and get it back in your inventory as you
Yeah.
sit
I had
You
a
do,
full
yeah.
inventory of nails though. It's 150 malachite.
that is on you.
You should have
Yeah.
left.
It
That
was
is
on me.
inventory. You should have left
Listen,
inventory space
was-
for malachite. Then you know.
We
I
were
know it's a
making
joke.
jokes, warning
That is
people
literally a skill
beforehand.
issue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thievery.
we were
I'm gonna
making
write that
jokes
down.
about
Thievery
this.
in the town.
But, like-
I believe my name
Hey, it's
was
culture.
town workshop clerk, and Charms was
I was town workshop supervisor.
and we were making jokes about how
The
we would
first-
stand by
and steal
town
stuff.
workshop, and steal stuff from that people would leave in the town workshops. You
So what you're
have
saying, LARPing is allowed as well.
Do we need
Town,
police
uh,
station in town too to hinder crime and stuff like that?
Police station, yeah. I think
Yeah.
maybe
Police
a
station.
police station, yeah, a sheriff
People-
house or something. Yeah.
You
Gonna
broke
be
the
an
law,
issue.
citizen.
Prison. We need a
Private
prison.
lock.
Or if they added the ability for Thanes to kick out problematic people in your town.
Prisons? Question mark. Vote them.
Prisons? Yeah, I'm
vote
down.
them.
Prisons, yeah.
We could
Prisons.
vote them down, yeah.
Dungeons,
3 minutes.
dungeons in the
Under the
town.
keep, under the
Group
keep, you have like a
voting.
dungeon. Yeah.
That'd be crazy. And
I
then you
want that.
freedom, and they change factions.
I know.
Oh my god.
I know where Nils is going.
Yeah, the enemy faction can come like break
Come
them
in and
out.
save them. Yeah.
Why did you write prions?
Oh wait, I wrote. I pressed.
Prions.
Prison.
Prions.
Are you
Prions?
hungry? What?
Prions.
Sexual.
Shush.
Isn't that the thing that infects your brain?
don't know.
The
Off
thing I'm
topic. Hey.
considering is like, War 5. I was the
Why are
lord of
prions
the
still
Northern
not
Keep
deleted?
because he's drunk. And I must say, like, I've been lord in the paying faction. I've been lord in the ancient faction. I've now been lord in the remnant with the new town system, though. And I have to say, yes, it was more lively, or more people running around and talking and chatting, and you hear your name here and there. And it's a really cool feeling because it gives you like you're not that alone, listening to your own music, just farming away and doing grinding and whatever else.
And during those sieges or during those fights, like people were in chat, does the North Town have supplies? And you're like, I'm online, and I run up there with a wagon and grab some supplies for the front line because we needed more arrows. Like,
yeah,
little things like that, it really brings the community together and makes you feel like you're actually in a world.
Yeah, towns are also really good recruiting centers for clans. Like, for example, there was God, I forget which one it was, but the East Town, whatever its name was, like War had that one controlled. I went down there to try and recruit for Order, and War was already recruiting people, and I just realized, yeah, okay, not trying to waste my time here, so I went to another town to recruit, and I got a couple of successful recruits that way. And it's just there's a lot to having a place where newbies can gather, or not even necessarily newbies, people that just don't want so much structure but want a bit of safety.
you're saying it's an
I
easy
think-
farm place for like getting more recruits in for your clan. So it's
Slavery.
like
That's what I heard.
it's
And
husbandry.
I
It's
think-
husbandry
and I-
recruiting.
They should
Well,
bring back needing X amount of
It
people
keeps
to build
people
homesteads.
in the game that are new, and
Definitely, yeah.
people that are new and unaffiliated are the people that you want to recruit for a clan, right?
Well, at the same time, yes and no, because I would say I would like proudly say if you don't have a lord who's like in charge, who's a good lord in charge, giving up buy orders, having a thane who's like talking to the people, explaining new people how the game works, then people still stop playing the game because yes, you have the town to start away with, but if you have nothing to do, no way to get money, no target to do, the lords and the thanes explaining the game and giving buy orders give the players the goal they need to start the game to then slowly find their own goals in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and
not gonna
those
be- but
and
that's
those
not gonna
players
be-
naturally arise.
But
Yeah.
that's not going to be an end, like a release like requirement for a thing, like because there's going to be so many more people, and all these things are going to be moved around. The buy orders are not going to be strictly the Thane trying to make the economy work in the town. It's going to be everybody working together.
Or even
But
like
obviously,
just
but
randomers
still,
as well, trying to
like,
learn how to figure it out and
bringing
then selling and buying.
bringing the money out of the keep back into the economy, it drives the people.
It's important, yes. I'm not saying
Yeah,
it's not
absolutely.
important. I'm just saying, but that's not going to be a sole. That sole function is going to be relegated to clans who now have more silver because you're playing for more than 5 days.
We'll see. I'm not too sure about it. Like, a lot of clans don't understand how important randoms can be, and how much these people, even if they don't join your clan, can support you defend a town because it's their hometown. It's all they have, so they will fight naturally for it. I'm just going to say Pagan Ghetto worked like a charm. Everybody who lived there defended 100%. By the way, automatic smithing they added last playtest. You could put a donkey behind there.
Yeah, it's janky, but
on the actual public towns though.
Yeah. But where do you keep a donkey?
No, but
you just feed it.
You said someone said the anvil though was not able
The
to be
trip
placed.
hammer, you can place down a trip hammer.
Yeah.
To have to do manually.
Somebody mentioned that, but I just assumed you could put in one of those wheelie things and then connect the rope to that, right?
But that's what I was thinking though. That's what I mean. Automated
Yeah,
smithing,
yeah.
trip hammer was not able to be placed, no? I
Yeah,
don't know.
trip hammers are not placeable, but the bellow is.
So just bellows, not trip hammer. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's do.
Did anyone
let's put that
test
as
if you can
trip hammer
ally
as
a solo homestead to a settlement? Like the
no, but
ally
you
Yes.
can
Yeah.
ally homesteads in the town though, I think.
Yeah,
No,
that's
you
what
could
he
do.
used.
We were
Yeah,
we were
you could
allied
ally.
with Saldor, who lived in the town.
Good.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, sorry. Yeah, that one. I'm thinking. Sorry, brain not thinking. Awake, sleepy.
I thought the new townsteads
Just for a
were
second, I'd
fun
like
and
to add on
challenge.
to the recruiting in towns thing, and someone was saying that they had to go to another town to try not to recruiting on other people's toes. My group's pretty small, but this last war we actually had, and like the one after the auxiliaries, we had a lot of recruits by building a frontline fort, just so we could have a deploy point for the public to like show up and help us with our homestead that was off and away from the vet stack, around that little pond for remnants. And so we built on like that Brood's Eye Road going south, just as close to the border as we could in decent terrain. And we just made sure that there was auxiliaries in the fort and enough stuff for people to spawn. And we slapped a sign in front of the fort saying, "Hey, walk north. The homestead there will show you what you need to do." And I can't tell you how, like, until the sign decayed and we didn't realize the sign decayed, it was just a constant flow. Like every 15 minutes, we'd have somebody wandering up to pitch in, and they might like found a homestead next to us because they weren't looking to join a group, or we would get a recruit that would hang out for a day. And then every now and then we would pick up somebody that stuck with us, till the end of it. But having a frontline spawn for new players to go to, I think, was really helpful, because not everybody just spawns at the town first thing when they see a spawn on the front line. Like with Foxhole, a lot of new players just go to the front and immediately start burning equipment. And the auxiliaries are really good for that. We just made sure there were torches and berries in the fort and let people spawn in with auxiliary gear. And if they wanted to see what was needed, they'd walk north. And if not, they'd walk south until they ran into the enemy and started chucking torches.
Yep. True. That is a good way of using those auxiliaries as well, just as a recruitment kind of thing as well.
Just to have presence on the front and give people something to do. Like, people don't immediately want to log in and start doing logi.
Yes.
True. But that's the thing. A lot of players also do come from like also the Foxhole side and expect to be like, "Where's the front line? Where am I fighting? Where do I go? I want to hear just for the action."
It's not that game. It's not the same game.
It's not that game. So they need to, I think, also understand a little bit of that.
I think it's about a 50-50 split of people that have never heard of Foxhole and people that know about Foxhole that play this game.
But that's what I mean.
Well,
the
like I
Foxhole
said,
players do have that.
Some people would take the gear and immediately push, and then some people that were looking to like be more team oriented would walk north, and they'd either make their own homestead and start doing their own thing, or they would join us in our little fort stead that we had. And so it gave all new players an option to figure out what they wanted to do. It wasn't all just like join the clan or all just go to the front and fight. I want towns to get back to that. I want the Pagan Ghetto return to its former glory.
I loved it.
It is good. I do enjoy also teaching like a lot of new players, especially like I feel like having new people even just stay on, even if they don't want to join a clan or anything like that. They just stay on at least and enjoy the game as long as they've been taught as well and learned. I've even done it where I was burning homesteads. This was like a couple tests ago, like a few tests ago, and I was burning homesteads, and a new player just started building a new homestead right as I'm like about to burn one next to him, and I was like, oh, yeah, you shouldn't live here. I told him because like this is basically my zone of burning, basically.
I remember that.
And I was an ancient. I was teaching then a remnant there, and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to teach you how to play the game. I can't access or show anything because you know you're the enemy, but I'll explain it basically as much as I can. And of course, yeah, I had to teach him that. And
like, this is a horrible place.
I've found that the current community seems to mirror your attitude towards it, because anytime I've ran around with my clan and we bump into a new person, it's like, oh, hi, are you guys the enemy? You know, we're like, oh, yes, sir. We won't kill you, but you know,
yes,
if
we are.
you see any fighting,
we'll tell them to move away. We're like, move somewhere over there so I don't kill you, because I will go for you later on.
And when I was new, I've ran into enemies, and you know, they let me live.
Is like that behavior is like common within like the OG people who play. So not OG the clan, but everybody who's been playing for a while now. Those people like tend to go along and be like, oh, you're new? Okay, I'll explain you what you have to do, what direction to go, and have fun. I've checked out the last 2 playtests, and there are some clans, especially some clans of certain regions of this world, who don't give a damn about that anymore. They see,
which regions?
And they will hunt you down and kill you. Even like I was sitting there talking to Dubon. Obviously, I was remnant. He was ancient. Just having our, French-German community talking about things, having like little funs. And these group of people see, there's a red dot on the map. So they come with like 10 people on horses and try to hunt me down.
As they're supposed to.
And yeah, sure, it's all funny and all good, but like it's the last day. Like the game is running out anyways. People just want to chill and talk and take the wars beforehand. You had like in the last few hours, people came around. People came and visited Pagan Ghetto, or I went to other towns and visited their towns and talked to the people. It was a common thing to like see what the people had achieved within that playtest to get like ideas for the next playtest. It seems like it's not possible anymore. People to the last bit they will hunt you and kill you down because they're like, oh yeah, we are sworn enemies.
That's just a symptom of it being a pre-alpha. That's just
when I want to talk to the
pre-alpha.
enemy, I do it in a cave off the map so people don't see our dots.
Yeah, no, that's a symptom of us being like artificially close due to pre-alpha testing. Eventually,
it's a small community anyway.
Anytime you see a red, you're gonna go kill them.
No, so like people that don't pay attention to just the social circle jerk, for lack of a better word or phrase rather, they're doing what they're supposed to. They see the enemy, they go kill the enemy.
Depending on how new the person is. If it's not a new person, I always suspect they're spying on me. I always think they're standing there. It's like, oh yeah, I'm just chatting. It's like, no, you're looking at the base as well at the same time.
Like if I'm thinking about it,
you just hear screenshots in the background.
Like last playtest, I had like an ancient who came. He was completely new, never seen the name. He was like the very first time there. He was like, I'm running down this road and I have no clue where I'm going. He was at the north bit of the whole map. He was nearly at the ocean. I was like, mate, have you not seen that the colors change? He was like, oh yeah, I just thought it was normal. Like every area has its own color, and the more regions you have, the more colors you have.
Well, like if you come from MMOs or something, that's a normal thing to think.
Yes. So I would like, no, you're at the most northern point in the deepest of the deep area of the enemy territory. And he was like, oh, I thought I could build my home up here because it looks so like far away from the front line. I'm like, nah, you get killed here instantly.
It is.
So,
it is.
Yeah, but it's not the same place for an ancient. So I didn't kill him. I was like, I'm not going to kill you.
Yeah,
we're supposed to be talking about towns anyway. We're supposed to be talking about towns.
We're talking about towns. I forgot.
Sorry.
Why? I don't understand why
the
workshop should be upgradable, and you should just start with like a stone anvil and and then you upgrade it and you get a bellows and an iron, and then you upgrade it again and you get the trip hammer.
And maybe a public workbench.
Whatever it is.
Designed and you just do upgrades to it. That should be
because like people building it themselves, it's going to be a hassle because someone's going to see it pledge to the town and say, I don't like this, and destroy someone else's hard work.
They can't.
And you're just going to have.
Well, it makes no sense that a Bastille wouldn't have
I'm saying they
basic
shouldn't. Like, if you go to
blacksmithing.
the point where you can play stuff, or they can't now, so somebody makes a stupid setup and you're stuck with it forever.
Yes,
no.
basically
So
that's what it is
make
right now.
make a prefab. Make it a prefab and simple. 2 trip hammers, 1 forge, 1 quenching station, and an advanced workbench at the end. You know, in the middle you get 2, whatever it would be, and then tailor it as you see more and more gameplay with it to see what you actually, how many of trip hammers and anvils you actually need in the end.
There should be like already maybe a dev man base like build that they already have, where like I guess you have the windmill connected, or like a different other mill that you can connect to it, or just you build a mill your windmill, or the what's it called, the horse or donkey one outside, depending which one you want. And then the rest of it automatically is built, like you said. Basically, you upgrade it,
just prefab
and
it.
It does it already. So that would be a cool way of having it set up like that. So then,
and then the community can come together and upgrade it.
Yeah, and like the random person that does build it doesn't build it in a funny way where I don't know what I'm doing, I'm gonna build it like this, and then it's stuck like that because no Thane or Lord could delete it afterwards and rebuild it.
And then what's the end game for that? In the end game, if they do allow players to build their own workshop areas again, it's going to just turn into a pissing match of players like, I don't like the way you built it. I'm going to pledge get high enough so that I can destroy it and rebuild it the way I want. They'll log off. The person who originally built it comes back and they go, what did they do? And it's just going to be a back and forth. Just make it a prefab.
Or they just build it close to their homestead. They'll just have it like really close to their homestead.
We had that.
Me, I'm always like that, mate. But one thing I've seen is, why are there no forges? Why are there no forges in the blacksmiths? That's what I don't get. Like, you have to build your own.
Yeah, I don't know. The devs just, I guess that's how they set. This is the first time we've experienced this, so I think the devs might change it around, but we don't know.
I don't know.
Obviously
see that. So
they can't build towns
because if you take the time to go into the cave and get your own iron, you're not going to go then use the public thing.
Homesteads, aren't they?
Yeah,
homesteads.
But just make the forges like, make it, if you, well, how about you do have like a public one, or you can pay money to have like a private blacksmith in the public one.
No, make it in your house.
The better
public.
The thing is, there's so many buildings you want to build within your like town homestead. If you want to have like
that's a whole other can of worms, though.
The town should be specialized and motivate people to use it. I do think they need a better forge in the towns that's like buildable at the blacksmith to either be more efficient with fuel or give you more end result. Like if you're throwing, like for bronze, for example, like whenever they bronze right now is not as easy to get as iron. You just blitz through bronze. I'd like to see the 3 malachite and 3 cassiterite turn into 3 bronze ingots if you had a specialized smelter in town.
We've asked that before to change the price. I don't think the dev man wants to change that, but I'm not sure if they will.
Well, I don't think they should change it for the regular ones, but like give a reason for the community to upgrade a blacksmith in town and build a new structure that like a blast furnace that then justifies a cheaper recipe.
So Town Forge gives out more basically resources.
More bronze ingots. I don't know if you can do it with iron. Maybe make it take 2 instead of 3.
And then you end up, but that works because then you end up more in communities working together as opposed to a bunch of individuals in a town.
Yeah,
true. And then it can be sold as well in the town hall.
Yeah, and then it promotes it in the market because here you are making this stuff and it's cheaper to make, so now there's more of it, and that works great. Oh, that's a good idea.
I like that. Yeah, it does help with just allowing the towns to work, well, the town people to work together more. Even if there's a public, like you said, public smithing one. There should be the public farm. Honestly, that public farm idea, I love that idea. Whoever said that, but I feel like that should definitely be a thing.
That's smart. Yeah,
it's like there should be maybe
my idea
a
was
public
zoning.
kitchen or like a public, I don't know, like storehouse silo kind of thing where like you store food.
The only problem I see with the public farm is, how do you control who gets the end product?
Well, it's whoever's maybe taking care of it. I don't know, like
whoever's
maybe
there
it
when
just
it becomes
a public
or
cabbage or something.
Yeah, it gives you public cabbage or something, and then like you go to a public kitchen, and then someone's
you'd
there.
have to go to a public kitchen.
Family locked plot.
Yeah, or maybe have a plot. Allow people to make plots maybe within an area, and
Rent
then
plots.
basically that little plot is yours, so you can claim, let's say, two fields or something.
Or it's a silver sink. You can just rent the field, and then now you have access to it.
Yeah, or something like that. I don't know, like something that
that's
maybe
fine.
works well to allow the also devlots to experience other things that is not part of, that is like basically only part of homesteads, because they're trying to do it where they have the homestead feeling, but they're inside a secure town wall, right? But they're all, of course, it's all cramped down. So what it is you need to have separate things public. So you have to have the smithing public, a kitchen area public, a like a mess hall or something, and then a farming plot public. So I feel like they
and
should
don't forget, like, the idea is eventually to have modular homesteads. So the town homesteads that we start with now could just get this modular system they talked about in the dev blog 19, and now you can upgrade your little plot to whatever you need, which would be nice.
Yep.
Can
to include a farm.
Can we talk about the elephant in the room? At least in my room.
I love those.
Will we be able to make heaps again, ever again, or
Heaps?
will
What? As in, like,
no,
original
no,
towns,
I mean towns.
I don't know. So we haven't heard from anything about Devman going back to that original idea where we had, what was it, 10 people around each other waiting to build a keep, and then you build, the town, sorry, or town keep, whatever. You build that structure and basically start a new town. I'm not sure. The Devman.
I think maybe if they reintroduce borders again, they'll add it.
If the victory condition is taking towns, I don't understand how they're going to balance towns being made by players in a region.
Yeah.
No, but that's what I mean. They should maybe allow it where first three I think someone else mentioned it. I think it might have been DJ. First 3 towns that are placed counts as the first 3 victory points and no more, basically.
I think there should only be 1 town per region.
Yeah, I know, but you know what I mean? Like, well, 1
town
town
per towns, right? The first,
like in Foxhole, you have like
points.
towns. In
And
Foxhole,
then
you
if you want to have
that,
additional towns, then you have to build a temple there to move one of those victory points. That was my suggestion, just so.
Okay, that's fine.
That way you're not locked to the first 3 that get built, and then you got a chance to build another town and pre-plan it, build the roads, and then drop a temple, and then people will want to be there, but you got a chance to keep it from looking like pagan ghetto.
Well, what Nex was just saying is like in there's certain victory points or towns in Foxhole.
Yeah. It's some towns that has victory points in Foxhole and some who don't. So it can be.
If you end up in a situation where a bunch, I don't know.
I just really want towns.
Every faction can place a single town in a region, and then from that, but how's that going to work?
What
when
determines the victory point then
start,
afterwards? You know what I mean? Like which
the town itself. So technically, let's consider that you have like a server has six regions or 5 regions or whatever, and like the first one, tier 3 for example, that's been built, or make it like a point that you like in a certain range you have to build a town, and if you build it in this certain range, you become the victory point of itself. One of both.
That makes sense. But then
miss building towns up as well. It's like it's so different how like of course you have the Devman town right now, but like I think the towns you guys made in the past as well, or whoever else made them in the past, they're just so intricate on how like, oh, this is cool. Like you got like a little kill box here, you got like a weird looking staircase
rose tinted glass.
You have no staircases at all except the town hall. It's like
the pure awful stuff that people would do.
Yeah,
like,
it was very
like Ardstown in War 3, or anytime Nestle Quick would make sky towers. Like there's the community can't be trusted, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that's why I think that's why the devs made it, because like we make
Like-
wanky stuff, but
They're trying
like,
to test other stuff. Who says that catapults are the last siege weapon we get? You know, they're trying to balance other stuff, get
Exactly.
that on other stuff. So I think I would hope that player towns are still in the cards, because that's one of the big draws for me over Foxhole, was that everything, you know, including the town infrastructure, was going to be player built. You know, you spawn
Yeah.
in the wilderness, there's nothing, absolutely nothing, and you got to build it all from the beginning. And if they really go towards pre-placed towns and shit, it's going to look like a Foxhole reskin to me.
That's a good
Yeah,
point.
the barracks are easy to swarm
that is
too.
that way.
Like a Foxhole reskin to me.
Well, I think like the last two tests, it was really just finding a new system. How does it go? How does it work? How do people take it? How do they like function around it? Now, I think the only thing they have to find is a way to make the players be incapable of spamming walls like they did the last few tests, like the first 3 tests or 4 tests, when they would spam as many as they could.
But they know that now. So, well, we know now that spamming walls doesn't work very well, because when we did those tests where we were able to build up towns, the cost of that town was disgustingly
astronomical.
expensive afterwards. So you
Like
know that you can't spam the walls.
20,000 for a 24-hour
Yeah,
period
exactly.
or something like that.
You'd be crying yourself to sleep because you're like, is my town gonna die in the next 2 hours before I wake up, you know, or something like that. So you don't know. So I think the spamming wall thing won't happen anyways, because if they do, and then you have, of course, maybe those little homesteads being built inside the town as well, will also add on the cost of that town, right? So like them living there will also fund the town, but at the same time,
What I worry
if they
about
don't live there, then they just leave it, and it's like it's just being paid in as extra decay basically for that town itself.
You're not going to have these public towns pop in if players make, because they'll go back to clan run towns. It'll be clan man towns, and then you have to deal with that, and that's kind of annoying. So maybe it would be a mix
It would
of
be
player
public
based
towns as well.
free place. Yeah,
We tried that as well when we we had the frontline town we chose when we were building it up, and yeah, it was just public people living there, but we lived all the way at the back of the town, basically like the shadows outside the walls, because we wanted more space, of course.
It's a valid concern worrying about Clan Man, but I think it just needs more testing. I don't think that
there's got
towns
to
just be taken off the table.
There's a happy medium somewhere in there.
There's something that needs to be put into it, but it doesn't matter. We'll go on to the next chat anyways. So Drunken Truths, my favorite always, because everyone always has such crazy ideas and crazy new things that I would definitely love to see, but like we can always hope and dream of things that devs will actually add them in, but we never know. If you are listening, devs,
finally
this is the
bring my
channel
complaint.
you listen. But yeah, I'll put my one first in straight away, basically. So the one that I wanted was still to this day was basically maybe silver mining, which I've always wanted for a while, and of course it has to, of course, some sort of
Now, when you say
there's a
silver,
benefit.
do you mean silver tools or silver currency?
No, silver currency. So I go down
Okay.
to the mines, and there's like a silver block or something down there that I get, you know, and then of course I smelt that down into silver coins, right? But of course at the same time, how do you say it? There should be some sort of, I don't know, difficult challenge to get to that lower level. Let's say it's a lower level of like the mining. It's like deeper in the mines.
Super bats.
Yeah, there's like
Hey,
I
was
don't
talking
know,
about all this stuff this
some
morning.
crazy, I don't know, like
Yeah.
creature or something down there.
Dire bats and bears.
Ink's idea of a
Loopy's
layered
down there with
cave.
a bow.
Some hyenas or something, you know. I don't know.
Cave bear. Why not just say a cave bear?
Or a cave bear,
bears.
Like, yeah, something just more difficult that will be challenging to, of course, go down deeper. So yeah,
we
like,
have problem.
Alabama we have dire wolves. Let's have dire bears.
Yeah, dire bears. You know. Oh yeah, and also, if possible, a mining helmet. You know, with like a little candle on your head. Like, oh, we can have a candle on our head now. Like,
candle hats.
Candle hats, yeah. Just give me a candle
they can
hat.
introduce bees.
Why do we
and
not
you can
have
make
land?
alcohol?
Like, that should be a thing, but yeah. I don't know. Okay. What about you guys? What have you guys got? I don't know. Whoever goes first. Whoever goes.
I know what I'm going to chuck in there first. It's still the faction situation. That they should definitely bring in a faction rotation because it's become a absolute mess within the factions. And this is not a pagan related thing. I know I complain a lot about pagans. Every second thought about me is about pagan. I know it. But if we go absolutely neutral towards the situation that the majority of clans and players refuse to play with the remnants, may it be for faction with 1T, by the way, they go to the point that they're like, it's either a personal problem, so they say, okay, I have a problem with the remnants, with MT, MM, with Mag, or with any other kind of remnant clan, or it's, oh, I don't like the Roman LARPers. It's become such a problem. The secondary problem that we have, and it's a big topic we have in a lot of discourse lately. A lot of pagans and ancients also have got like these deals, contracts, and friendships between each other to a point that they refuse to fight against each other, or at least they say they would not fight against each other. I think bringing in a rotation would bring in a balance between players again, so that when we have battles, sure, last playtest wasn't completely off balance all the time. Sometimes it was, sometimes it wasn't. But you could feel that the direction is going away from remnants right now because people are very unhappy with it. So I think bringing in a rotation would be very interesting.
Yeah, I do agree. I don't mind that idea of like where instead of next test it's ancient versus rems, it will be pagans versus rems or pagans versus ancients or something like that. Like I don't mind that idea. It doesn't really make a difference anyways to me specifically, but yeah, it's a cool. I do like that idea as well. I definitely do.
Well, it seems that whichever faction has the groups that put aside their differences first is going to be the faction that is the most successful. And there's always going to be one faction whose groups will put aside their differences faster than the others. And that just shows that the others need to learn to do that.
Either a rotation or just
I just lucked into joining the ancients where you know, our clans don't really fight. Like we have our differences, but and I've heard some pieces of the bickering, but they seem to get over it really quickly. Is the point on the ancient side?
Because it's a game.
Without starting into clan drama, I feel ancients are probably going to be how the community operates when this game is released. I feel you cannot have such a strong control over everybody like the remnants do with all of their voting and their senate and everything. I don't think that just seems unmanageable at a large scale when
really I thought they were.
Faction. Anyways, let's get another opinion, please. Sounds like it's
I'm not saying anything is good or bad about either system. I'm saying at scale, I feel that the remnant how the remnant operates as clans.
Let's be honest, we all want Pagan Ghetto back. So just bring Pagan Ghetto, yeah?
I like the remnant.
No, pagans. Let's go next. Okay.
I have a funny topic.
I want Pagan Ghetto back right now.
All right.
I have a decent
someone
one
give me
to add.
another opinion that they want maybe added in to the next.
I'd like to see currency roll-ups, like 100 copper is 1 silver, 100 silver is 1 gold, and gold is heavy. Gold is very heavy to carry, so you need money bags and escorts and things like that.
That sounds kind of
You
cool.
would actually need people that have money in
Who
the
said
game.
that?
I'm still waiting to get mugged at the marketplace.
Like, for example, last war, Loopy had like, I don't know, like 20,000, 40,000 silver or something crazy, and he just was able to put like 6,000 silver into the camp right away, where I think it's too easy to carry around large amounts of money. There should be some risk to carrying some money around.
The only difference also with that then, like they would have to make sure then there's a because then they're gonna have to add more slots, because then there'll be a silver slot, a copper slot, and a gold slot, let's say, or something like that. So they'd have to mess around a lot with that. But maybe if they have it where if you can convert that back into, let's say, default currency of, let's say you have 1 gold, which is, I don't know, 20 silver or something like that, and then when you put it back into the keep, it becomes 20 silver again instead of that 1 gold slot. you know, because then there'll be some weird changes to that during this, or if they add a bank,
Make it a
add
bulky.
bank.
Yeah, a bank or a
Add
mint or
bank.
something.
Yeah,
Or
better
make silver the
denomination.
default and only have gold that you can convert, and then it just gold becomes a bulky item.
You could convert at the marketplace maybe or something, you know.
I think
something
you
like that.
you still need we still need either inflation of silver or different denominations just to be able to trade. Like if you can't even sell a single berry on the market because it's not worth 1 silver, like we need something either
that's
smaller
not an
denomination
issue.
Worth 2 silver.
or
What do you mean?
inflating it.
That's
What's the prices?
well, actually, I agree
2
right
silver.
now because of how common the berry spawn is.
Yeah, it is.
That you know,
Yeah.
it's useless to even sell berry rations anymore. I mean,
Yeah, you can't even barrel them for 10 silver a barrel. Like,
yeah,
shit.
You're paying more for the plank for the barrel than you are for the berries.
for real. That
is
just
very
has to
true.
do with the most recent test where they've really been trying to get combat, I think, out of us, and it's just it's really killed a lot of aspects of the economy. Which my drunken truth would be, I wish the dev man would communicate that he wanted combat more.
Drop some more keys.
Yeah.
We'll add that to feedback another day.
Kind of lame, I know. Kind of lame.
But yeah, anyone else got another one? Go on, just throw them out there, guys. Go on.
Deaf man, make it more better. I don't know. Make it so that we can upgrade food.
Upgrade food?
Not upgrade. I mean, cooking stations. Upgrade those to reduce time or have more stacks inside of it.
Just T3 up.
Where's
Yeah,
a
like
tier 2
carefree.
campfire at a large
Yeah,
camp?
it will be like it can have like 30 in
electric
each pot.
oven. I heard what?
No.
Donkey powered electricity
Donkey-powered
oven.
That'd be
Cook my
sick.
food in a
No,
bellow.
it will be a spittle driven.
The bellows is now attached to the oven and it's just blowing.
It increases the
Don't
timer
mix my
or
iron with my
decreases
berries.
timer by half.
Yeah, that'd be
on
good.
wild food.
Should
I do
update
like that
cooking
idea.
stations be its own tab instead of under number one?
I've
That would
always wanted a stew
that'd be kind of
pot
actually a
for
cool idea.
food. For like feeding a large population, just make a stew pot that people can run over to, and it only lasts a certain amount of time.
You
until
could
have to
throw in
pour-
everything, and it would
Yeah.
it would be a large. The more food, it doesn't matter what it is. Just
the
that,
more ingredients.
yeah, or the amount of time. There's a timer on it. That makes more soup of it.
Yeah,
Like you have wild, and then you put berries in it. It doesn't really, if you have 2 wild food items you put in, it would probably be the best. It would make more soup out of it.
Oh,
But
so
you
you
can
get
always
multiple. So one of those makes, instead of one, it makes 2 or 3, right? Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Like the fish thing, like the fish. Didn't it wasn't that a thing before in the past? Fish was.
No, fish.
Yes.
No, fish is still that way.
Is it still that way? Oh, okay, they fixed that.
Blue,
Oh,
blue
sorry,
fish
I
is
haven't
1,
picked
green
fish in
fish are
so
2,
long.
red fish are 3.
Because they
And
broke
both
it
have
once
fish
where
inventory slots
they
too.
broke it once where it
Yeah,
just
that was
didn't.
3 tests ago where the fish would just disappear.
Yeah, or like it was just only gave you 1. I was like, where's my other 2? Where did they go?
No, yeah, it was fixed his last test.
In my crazy idea of that, it's just there to feed large populations without having to like throw everything on a table. It's just somebody runs over, they can get it.
Oh yeah.
And run.
I wanted to add one as well. This was relating to
stew. Yeah.
This is relating to keeps again, back to keeps, but basically because it was also one of the tests where we had a keep in between. It was the OG homestead and the MM homestead, and we just wanted to get rid of it because basically there was just too many keeps and coinage was going in all directions, and we were just every clan basically wanted to make sure the coin was coming back to their keep or something like that. Yeah. So we emptied that keep. No one lived in that keep. And of course, the dev man said rapid decay will happen, in quotation marks, when it's emptied. We didn't see that happen at all. And of course, it didn't rapid decay. And we couldn't delete it as well, which I feel like should be an option. If the keep is emptied and no one lives in that keep, allow the option for maybe even the last person, whoever's the last person, if no one else is living there and it's just you, allow that person then that's pledged to delete the keep. So it's like at least back to 0, and like maybe a new keep can be positioned somewhere else, because if it happens one day where someone places a keep and they, I don't know, by accident placed it in the wrong spot, they can't do anything now. You can't delete that. You can't do nothing basically. It's just there now until, I don't know, maybe if you keep it T1, then of course the enemy can kill it. But yeah, it's just there now until the enemy kills it. So it's like a big, it's a negative to that part where like it does
It's
ruin.
turning into the homestead problem.
Yeah, it comes into the homestead problem where it's either it sits there, I can't delete it until, you know, someone kills it basically. But yeah, well, homesteads can't be
Whoever
killed by the enemy
blueprinted
anyways,
it
but it will stay
should
there.
automatically be the Lord. You shouldn't have to pledge if you're the one that blueprinted it and just built it. That seems kind of asinine.
Well, yeah, but as in you still get the money back if you pledge because you delete it.
Yeah, it's
drops
your
the money,
money.
right? So
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah,
what I mean. Like at least give the option then to remove it if you want to get rid of it, you know, and place it
yeah.
somewhere better.
Definitely be
Because
able to remove it.
it's also draining. It drains coins. So it'll take the coin and then it'll also decay that coin away, right? And if no one's there living there, then it's just a random place that's getting coin for no reason and no one's taking it out or something like that. So yeah.
That's why I keep saying that instead of a tax rate, it should just be a homestead has to pledge its financial services to that keep, and that way it, I guess you could say, if a homestead doesn't want to upkeep a keep anymore because it's, you know, whatever, then no one's supporting it. That's the end of it. It'll just decay away. No tax rate on the general area.
Decay shouldn't be based on like picking berries. You shouldn't just pick berries to keep your house alive. It should be like you got a tier 1 house, you put sticks or something in the keystone. You have stone walls, it's stone for decay upkeep, because right now it's literally just you pick berries to keep your house alive until you can't get any more silver, and then you're just kind of screwed. It's just weird that, like, if I'm trying to run a FOB, that I have to pick berries constantly or pick twigs constantly.
Peasants had to pay taxes.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Peasants pay taxes, man.
The Thane and the Lord has said, pay the taxes.
But the difference is you can have a tax system or you can have currency be its own silo, but like maintaining a household, like silver, it's a fuel that
Does
gets
the local
burnt.
lord get a demo your homestead if you're too close and you're not paying your taxes?
That's what I mean. Like,
that's the
sure,
other end of
the keep could do that. If you don't pay taxes, then they get control of the homestead or something. That could be a good mechanic, but not like just have your homestead get destroyed. The Lord can decide, oh, this guy's a problem, whatever. That system could be better than just, okay, I'm a new player, I can't pick enough silver, my house is gonna die, fuck this
Here
game.
we were worried about Clan Man, and then we're going to give him that kind of power.
Do you think
I
the
don't
Lord?
know.
Do you think the Lord should have a method where he goes around each homestead and be like,
I was gonna suggest
you're quite
that.
wealthy, maybe, or like your homestead looks very rich just in like resources and everything else. Maybe we should increase your tax from 5% to 10%, and the other guy that's got a cheaper looking homestead is down to like 2% because he's got, you know, cheaper homestead.
Well, I think that the
But I don't
current
know.
system punishes new players more than it does clans.
Yeah.
Clans have a significant advantage, and new players.
Because it's
The issue
numbers,
isn't
yeah.
like always clans are going to have an advantage, but you're talking about new player experience, new player retention, solo player experience, solo player retention. They don't have it. This game is not good at retaining new players and solos unless they join a clan. It forces them into a clan to play the game. That, unfortunately, I think is going to hurt the game long term.
So what would you be your drunken truth for that one exactly?
I would say switch. I don't know exactly how it would work, but maybe a certain distance outside of the keep, you don't pay as much taxes. Maybe the closer you are to the keep, the more taxes. Or switch away from silver burning to like you have a maintenance kit that you make out of planks and stone cutoffs, and that's what goes into the keystone to keep it from dying.
Give
Ooh, that's
them
going
more
backwards though.
survivability against animals.
Yeah, that's going backwards to the supply thing that we had before this, wasn't it? We had supplies before taxation.
Now, if you get killed by the animals 20 times before you see an enemy, like that's going to be discouraging.
True. No,
especially
that's
the pigs
the truth,
and the like, oh, those pigs and ravens. I hate that the most. All right.
Yeah, the ravens like make new people mad.
Well, it's because they.
I got another good
damage.
one.
Go on then, hit it.
maybe a mechanic or some sort of system to reforge tools and weapons from tier 2 to tier 3 because mistakes were made.
Meltdown. A meltdown.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Wow.
I like that.
Turn it to an ingot again.
The amount of times I've seen someone mess up, it's like, who made this tier 1? They put it in the rack. It's like, out of all of these as tier 3s, like, who made this tier 1? How dare you? You're fired.
And you don't need copper or bronze tools anymore. You can make them into ingots and then make it into a advanced crafting table.
Yeah, when you don't need the tools anymore.
But
Yeah.
should there be then a how do you say it? Like
maybe you just
a
reuse
drawback to it when you reforge it?
Diminishing returns. You don't get the full amount back. Yeah.
Like maybe like I don't know. Like
Oh, but then we don't have bronze ore, then, do we?
that's what I'm thinking. I'm trying to think of a way. Maybe you have to combine it again with raw, like maybe a cutoff, like a raw cutoff again. Instead of 3 cutoffs, which makes 1 iron, right? You put in 1 cutoff with the half reforged iron that you've melted
like
down.
slag. You have the slag.
Yeah. Basically, like just add on extra raw iron on top to then reforge it back to a normal bar.
There's a system there. There's something there.
I feel like
that'd be great. A reforging system would be amazing.
Reforging should be, I feel like.
Should that be depending on the tier then? How much slag you get?
I don't know. Maybe
no,
because then that would make it way too complicated afterwards.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Just like if you melt it down, add a slag of like iron cutoff, 1 iron cutoff or something to add it back. You know, to make it a full
double the
iron
cost
bar.
of all tools, and then we'll get it back half.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because
so
like
you could have
you 2 iron bars to make a sword blade now, and then when you reforge it, you get it back as or whatever.
That's 1 iron bar, maybe. Yeah. Could do.
Or 1 iron,
That's
or 1 iron.
So expensive then.
Yeah, well, they always say they're going to make it more expensive eventually, right?
Well, yeah, probably, but then they have to increase iron output from the mines more.
I mean, it makes no sense that a dagger and a sword take the same amount of iron.
Yeah, true.
That's very true.
That's very true. Two daggers should be popping out.
I think like iron cutoffs as like a sub quantity for an iron bar. Like if you reforge a half broken sword, you get 2 cutoffs, which is like half an iron bar.
Oh man, and then we can roll this right into broken tools.
Isn't that the same with javelins though? You get 3 javelins from 1 spearhead or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's extra.
It used to be
one.
But that's what I mean though. Like maybe with the iron knife as well, it should be like 1 iron knife one. Should you get?
I would
something,
no.
two
I
iron
think they
knives or
should.
something.
I think they should make it more of an iron sink, and you have 2 iron bars for a sword.
Yeah, I guess. Anyone else got a new?
But
I've got a couple, so I don't know if
you could roll in. Tools don't break anymore. Tools, or they don't disappear when they break, and then now a broken tool turns into a broken tool that you can then reforge.
Well, I think me and Ink had one idea before, like ages ago, where it's like the sharpening of the tool again. It loses durability, and then that tier 3 goes down to tier 1. But like, of course, it doesn't die until it's on tier 0, basically, or something like that.
That's a great idea, actually.
And then
it would
you have to like sharpen
off
it to make it a tier 3 again, or something like that. You know.
And that would off balance the cost of making iron tools. So now it takes 3 to make a sword. You make a T3 and it goes downward.
Just making it more expensive each time. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it could work.
An iron pickaxe is actually 15 iron bars.
Jesus, that's too much. That's way too much now at that point.
Yeah, just have a grindstone you can use.
Exactly.
We have
grindstone.
A grindstone would be nice.
I've always wanted to.
I don't actually have a drunken truth. I don't know what to even suggest.
Yeah, me too.
Just think from the
Charms,
updates.
this is your
maybe,
final warning.
What was updated? You know. But I've got so of course
horse armor.
Horses, yeah, horse armor's actually always been asked as well. Horse armor is always been asked. It's never been added in. I think they're never gonna add it in, but that's the only thing. Like we've always asked for maybe some sort of horse armor to help our horses live a little bit longer.
Finally released the halberd.
The horses also I know they bump each other, and of course you lose stamina completely, which I still find slightly annoying, but at least you're not killing your friendly horse whilst you're bumping into him. The only other problem I still find annoying is when you're losing stamina bumping into these small animals, and it's just like, I've just trampled a bunny, but my horse's stamina said, oh, I'm too tired from just killing this bunny now, all of a sudden, or this chicken, and I need a break, you know, I need to walk now.
I'm being told that the next playtest is now on the 10th.
Yeah, I just saw that.
I believe so, yeah.
Where did you see that?
Horses
I thought it was on the 3rd.
Nope.
Yeah, it says it in game now too.
When bumping into small animals, but I don't know if you guys think that should also be removed. Like, just bumping into small animals should just carry on running over them.
Yeah,
like,
since you have the
especially
charge
with the
now,
caravan.
it should be a thing.
Caravan
They
should
should
be
remove
removed.
the they should remove the 2.2 or 2.7 second timer for animals, so you should be able to run over deer and stuff still.
no, but that's what I mean. You're bigger than all these animals, so I feel like they should just get trampled and that's it, and then like just carry on riding. Don't lose stamina.
Well, I just miss using a horse to hunt.
Young horses, young donkeys, just trample them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They should all just get squished and then, you know, okay, have a good day, carry on riding.
Yeah, bunnies should not stop a siege tower.
Oh yeah, siege towers. We had someone
Oh.
had drunken truths on siege towers. What was that one before? Someone mentioned it. Siege towers.
Terrain is fucked.
Does not
and
require
siege towers.
Terrain is one. Yeah.
Does not require the full 8 people to move, but there's a reduction in mobility with the least amount.
Full 8
So-
people, but does slow walk instead,
Yeah.
basically. So yeah, I get what you mean. So like having 8 people means it allows you to do a full charge, but if you don't have 8 people, you're still moving it, but slowly. Do you know what I mean?
And you're not getting that instant dead stop when the
Instant
guy in
dead,
the
yeah,
front
exactly.
gets shot off, which is constant and not very
Exactly.
fun.
It really isn't, especially when there's like 10 men trying to protect him as well. And it's just like, well, he's
10
dead
people
anyway
trying
still.
to protect it,
and it's just
and
not
people
working.
keep dying off of it.
It's
and
either that or
the
give
infighting,
me,
trying
yeah,
to get all these people to do the right thing. Oh, it's
allow blocking, like whilst on siege weapons.
How about you can have
maybe
shield
like
on the ram?
That's what I mean.
Put
I
over your head.
I want to have the option where I can hold my shield out whilst I'm on the ram and put it on top of me or like in front of me, like at an arced angle. So when I'm charging, I'm not gonna get, you know, shot straight away, but I could still get killed from the sides. You know, like
Oh, yeah.
that's
I
the
want-
thing.
I want one of those rams. I want one of
yeah.
those rams with a roof, and then like the guys sit on it and they heave
Oh,
and
yeah.
hove and slam into the gate over and
Oh,
over
yeah.
again.
We're not gonna get
That's
that.
what
Where they pour oil
what I
on you.
want.
Yeah,
We're
that
not-
one under those. Yeah.
We're not getting a pulley ram. We're not getting Grond.
Is that what it's called? I don't know. I'm not a scholar.
I think it's a pulley ram or something like that. I don't remember. It's like a
Pendulum ram.
swing pendulum ram. That's the one. Whatever.
A pendulum, yeah, a pendulum.
Made with
pendulum ram,
leather.
yeah.
Yeah,
Protected.
pendulum ram
You could
or-
put fire on it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Put
exactly.
molten fat on your ass.
And how about like
head.
you can
Yeah.
make it better? Like it doesn't pop open
oil.
gates ever.
Yeah.
It only destroys. It doesn't pop them open like the other one does.
And we could
So
set
give-
set it alight and have it on a burning effect.
Oh, yeah.
As a
Like
defensive
poor
structure, you know
people
what I
inside
mean?
going.
Yeah.
Ah.
They burn, but they still
Maybe
they're
like
still
a-
pulling on it.
Maybe
Push
some
it, man. I don't care that
indicators-
you're burning.
Maybe some indicators over the occupants to see who's pushing, who's pulling, because sometimes it can be hard to
that's
see.
a good one too.
Oh yeah,
Or like,
arrows. Like
in the dead of the
oh, you're
night,
going
you can't even
back?
see the
Arrows.
other people. You can't even see the other people
Yeah.
on the other side of the siege tower, so you don't know what they're doing.
I think that also the siege tower one where we spoke about the 2 people at the back should be allowed only to open the ladders on that siege tower, because the amount of times we've had we've said before where we're trying to push the siege tower and then like some random bozo is just trying to open up the siege tower. It's like, dude, we're pushing here, and like he's just opened up the tower, which is very frustrating, especially when you're trying to get it up to the wall.
If it wasn't locked to a slot, just making it to where it can't be deployed while it's moving.
I think it should be locked to a slot. There should be a commander slot.
DJ, it's already done. You can't do that whilst it's moving. You only when people stop, you can do it. It doesn't.
Yeah, but
let
you have to
deploy.
stop so much to get around janky terrain that
Yeah,
people
I
are
know,
doing it.
but that's what
That
I
makes
mean.
sense.
So that's why I'm
like,
asking the idea
dude,
where
at one
allow
point,
the 2 drivers at the back at least to jump on and just press like the I don't know interact button with the tower, and then deploy it down. So it's not like the randoms could just
we had a
constantly
guy.
deploy,
We had a
undeploy.
guy. We were trying to push it to the wall, and we had to we were in arrow range. People are dying over and over again on the front left, and as we're trying to spin it, we stop for a second, and someone drops it and kills off the entire left side of the thing. That should not happen.
Yeah.
All right.
Whilst we're spinning
And I don't know if it's just a symptom of new players being new, but you got to put a stopgap, because the griefing and rage that comes from that is just gonna
you lose more bodies from trying to just save it and
when
like
that
also
middle of arrow range getting pelted. I think we were even in pot range and somebody hits the button to get on top. Like I lost it, dude.
Oh, when the the little
I lost it.
The ramp going down as well. Yeah, someone could do the ramp going down as well, which is very annoying because then.
Oh, I remember that. Everybody was screeching on the wall, keep going, Ram. Oh no, you're too far. We got to pull back. Everybody just like throwing misinformation out.
Yeah,
like
well, that was
watching
the
the
whole
Ram
thing. It's
struggle
like
the last 5 seconds.
teasing.
You gotta have one
A lot of
person
teasing, but yeah, it's funny.
man.
It was fun to look at the same time, but laughing at it and just dying that wasn't really fun. But yeah, you guys got any more? I've got loads more. I got like a list, but these are like old lists and new ones. And
update fishing, man.
Fishing? What do you mean?
Update fishing, man. It's a basic system. I think my dream would be it to be more like Black Desert Online, where there's fishing holes that appear throughout the water, and everybody has to go to the fishing holes and go out and find them. And then once somebody finds it, you're like, "Oh, hey guys, I found a fishing hole," and everyone converges in one spot, and it's just infinite fishing.
Nets? Like,
or you can use nets. You make it a net fishing instead.
Net fishing.
But some form of update to fishing where it's a more group activity and you get larger hauls.
Yeah, true.
I spend more time going between 2 fishes than I do fishing the fish.
Here's a crazy idea. How about homesteads? They're like a fishing village where you can make boats in, or nets. More like that you live on the water, half of it, and half of it is on land.
We could really do that technically. You just
No, you can't, because so many of the structures require you can't. How do you protect your medium boat from being stolen?
Oh
true.
yeah, you can't.
You have to
can't
find
do,
a very specific
docks.
spot
So
on the
yeah,
land.
this is the suggestion I actually have since as well for a while, which is tying up boats that is basically like locked to you, so you drag it onto your land.
We had homestead locked. Yeah.
We had that town that one test in
kind of like the Kata.
Yeah, basically like if it's in your maybe homestead perimeter, allow homestead lock for your specific boat then.
No, I want it locked from the other faction.
Yeah, as well.
And
so
friendly.
allow dock, I don't know, building
Hold
again,
on
because
now.
we've done that in the past, and then we got blocked off for being too cheeky with like structures.
We had a town that had walls in the water.
Yeah, when we could build the town, we can't build towns.
True, yeah. But we could have done that with a homestead.
I tried with you could do it with a fort, but like, do you want to do a whole fort just to protect a medium boat so I can go fishing?
True.
It's a lot.
No, can't you? Couldn't you do that in that same location with a homestead?
And you would.
I'm talking about the one down a long time ago.
You can no longer build that deep into the water to protect a medium boat. You would have to put it in a river.
Because you could walk around.
And then build foundations, and then delete the foundations as you go.
Yeah,
but then now you're blocking an entire river from the rest of your faction.
Yeah.
And that's not good either.
What was that river that was down to the south? I don't know if that was. Might have been where Indie Bubbles, where you lived. I think somewhere down there. I don't know if that was your blockage or someone else's blockage. Someone had like a river block basically. On one of the
IL
rivers.
had a fort bridge.
Oh, that's what it was, wasn't it? Yeah, basically, it wasn't a fort bridge. No, it was like a homestead one as well. They built like a random homestead just
was
to build.
Was this the first week or the second week?
This was the first test. The first.
That was like MM's homestead, I think.
Oh, I don't know. Someone built something, but basically just to block off the river so no river raids can happen. Basically.
Yeah, but now I can't go to the ocean to go fishing where there's significantly more fish. Like, how do I protect my medium boat?
That is the problem.
Are you talking about birds?
We need to do something, man, because like there's literally like, what, you're gonna build a medium boat and then pirate lords gonna come steal it and make fun of you in the Discord. No one wants that to happen, so nobody makes medium boat.
Yeah,
and if a medium boat can only carry one horse and one caravan, if you want to do an actual raid with a boat, like you need 7 or 8 of them, and you can't protect them after the fact. So what's the point? You can't destroy them. It takes like what, 150 flasks? We need a fishing village. Whoever said that, great idea.
I love how everybody considers the meta around this guy, Pirate Lord.
No, it's just his.
He's just the most prolific person who's going to steal your boat. And
I know. I may as well announce it here. I've joined Pirate Lord next war.
Have fun.
Have fun with the Yaras.
I changed my tag.
I hated Pirate Lord up until this last test, and I actually talked to him. He's a great dude, but his playstyle.
Oh, I'd hate to be on the other end of it.
Is so infuriating to me. And because you can't protect the medium boat, and because now I can't have a medium boat, and that's all I want.
He wants it just to store more things inside.
I want to go fishing.
Yeah.
I don't want to take the stupid little rowboat. I want the sail.
Yeah, maybe like two even rowboats though would be nice to have. Like,
what did they call them in Foxhole before they made the boat up? White whales.
Or the barges. Which one you on about?
No, like you could just destroy the boat. I mean, they call them white whales or something, and it did everything, but like you couldn't keep it safe.
If you could just anchor,
I'm not sure. But yeah.
If you could just anchor the medium boats and people could kill them, like, okay, they can get killed, but just anchoring so they can't just be driven off by randoms within your own faction and
something.
Enemies
There's got to be
nice.
a system.
That's what I mean. Tying up the boat should be an option where, like, I don't know, it's like
dropping
a lock.
anchor. Yeah, it
tying
just
up
locks
the boat
it.
is like the lock where it's now locked and it's stuck there and you can't run away with it. You know what I mean?
Because I don't want to have to like put half my homestead in the water and then build like a fence around the water. Like, that's insane. Also,
what if I want to bring my big boat across the land to another little pond? You know, it's just like it's a little land away. Instead of taking the long way around where I have to spend 2 hours going around a massive, island or whatever it is.
You want to be able to portage it?
Yeah,
like a true Viking.
Yeah, allow me to drag it across the land.
Yeah, let me drag it on land. Yeah, because then I could drag it into my homestead that's right on the water, and I could lock it in there. Perfect.
Into a just a dry dock or something like that. The dry dock position would be cool.
Mining
what do you guys
carts.
think about splitting items as well? Honest to God, I've always wanted to have the option to split items as well.
Yeah, you can. You just drop it on the ground and then you pull it up as you need. There's a system.
That's not splitting items. Like, I want to
split
it in my inventory.
Yeah, I think
you have
if they're going to be splitting, it should just be like one button and it splits in half, and then you press that button again, split it in half again.
It's like silver as well, especially when you have like a lot of silver. And it's like, oh, can I have like just 50 silver, and you've got like 400 on you because you've, I don't know, just maybe stolen it from some homestead or like as in you've raided a homestead.
And if we're going to be able to split things, add in I want to be able to stack things in my homestead instead of having to pull out 17 of an item and then put it back in, so that a stack of 13 and a stack of 17 that got pulled off separately. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, as in like a bag, like the hold on, we had an idea as well, Ink, for food transporting. So like, of course, when you're trying to barrel food, right, you have to do it all one at a time, right? So you have to carry 10 pieces of food, run to the barreling station, drop the 10, run back, grab another 10, do it again. Back.
It's even worse with spears.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. I
Spears
feel like
are the same.
there should be.
Well, no, you can only do 2.
No, now it's changed though. They put it back where you could do multiple.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. So I feel like there should be an item like not a loot bag, but like a bag to
a Wicca basket,
something like that, like a Yeah, like a transport, I don't know, bag that can allow you to at least like, yeah, grab several items, like a stack of 30 torches or something like that, or I don't know,
I'd be cool
30
with that.
things, just so you could barrel it afterwards.
Maybe if it was like a 2-man carryable bag or something.
Yeah, but like something though that just eases the process of, instead of these unstackable items that can't be stacked, be easily transported across. Because yeah, it is a pain. Like it's not really fun to carry this amount at one time and then go back and forth. Just allow me to do it in one go and then shorten my journeys.
Yeah, we're human pipelining.
Yeah.
Last test I made like 30 scorpion arrows, and there wasn't a barreling station near the advanced workbench, so I bulk carried 30 scorpion arrows across the base.
Yeah, see, and you have to carry that one at a time. I mind.
Can scorpion arrows go into a cart at all, or?
No, they can't.
No,
See,
they
that's the
don't.
problem.
You can only shoulder carry
It's
them.
so bad. Yeah, that's stuff like that's a very good example. Scorpion arrows. The reason why we don't barrel them or use them is because you can't stack them, can't carry them effectively, and
No, I want to walk them up a wall and then down all the way to the one little thing. A 15-minute trip back and forth
every
just
time,
to
do that. Yeah. See,
how many stack in a weapons rack? 4 or 30?
If they're going to be that difficult, you need to one-shot a dude in iron.
Weapons rack, it's 10 each, isn't it? I think
10 per slot.
Is
Yeah,
it per slot?
it's only barrel 10.
60.
So yeah, 60.
No, it's actually
10 minutes to do it. That's 6 hours of walking up a wall.
Yeah.
Just to
just to do that. Instead, like, allow me the option to have a bag that carries these specific items in a bunch. Because, like, if you think about it, you can carry a bunch of like those things in one go. Like, carry a bunch of swords in your hand, but it's like a heavy item, so you carry it as a heavy item. And you can't carry it like just in your backpack slot, and it's like, oh yeah, here's a sword for you now, here's a sword for you, here's a sword, but you carry it as like you're holding like a rock slab or something, almost in a sense. So yeah,
make it a backpack, and then you can't actually walk fast with it, but you can carry a bunch of stuff.
Or do that, yeah, like make it that you are a really slow person now.
Yeah, make it as if like when you're walking with a rock, right? Make it exactly the same, but now
oh yeah, exactly,
you're carrying and yeah, but and make it only for the certain stuff like scorpion arrows or food, or you know what I mean? Because you don't want what you don't want is someone filling it up with catapult boulders and then running up into the front. You want to actually keep that for resource wagons and then have it there, because that's a balance.
Well, boulders is a bit different, right? It's more like
you couldn't do it. Yeah, so scorpion arrows, it makes sense.
Because boulders, I don't know. Maybe boulders allow it where you could carry maybe 2 or 3 at a time instead of 1 at a time. I don't know. Boulders maybe allow some sort of lineage where it's a bit less of a journey.
Oh, that works. Make it 3 slots. And then for food, you can fill it with what? 30 food, 10 each. Or with scorpion arrows, you can do 10 each. But then catapult boulders, oh nope, you're down to 1 stacks, only stacks 1. Make a stack limit.
Maybe scorpions do.
So now you can have 3. You can have 3 boulders. Whatever the balance is. But yeah, that
just
would work.
To balance it out, just so it's not a crazy OP bag that carries everything. But at least it helps logistics a little bit, because then then we'll
and you can adjust it all you want. Maybe it's 2 slots and stack 1 catapult, 5, whatever the adjustment would be.
Exactly. That's what I feel like that bag still needs to come in, but I don't know if the dev man will ever love it. But yeah. Anyone else got one more last ones? I think I'm just gonna, if not, we're gonna end it there. No one?
Please make it so roads are better off. Yeah, make it so roads can be placed even though there's
make
those
man-made
fucked up
roads show up.
Yeah, man. Yeah. What?
Oh, like I think someone had a problem where they couldn't place it in the town as well. Like
Yeah.
in the town zone.
Completely. You can't.
If man-made roads showed up on maps, they'd
That's
be
so
used a lot more.
historical. Oh yeah. Make like a red strip. like a green one on the road. Yeah, on the map. I mean,
I think the reason that happened because one of the tests I was able to build quite close towards an enemy town, and yeah, I think that's what it was. Where like the town,
The massive road.
the massive road that went all the way
Oh
there.
yeah.
And then,
we
and
road
then
You
I
can't
also,
spammed
you
I
can't
also
delete it.
spammed. Yeah, I also spammed a lot of the
yeah.
The Ojiman
roads.
Trail.
Yeah, the Ojiman Trail was a bit crazy, and so that basically blocked a lot of building as well, apparently, because that road was able to
Yeah.
be placed right next
Everyone
to
brings
the
that
town.
up, but no one brings up Nestler's surrounding aqueducts at the same time.
Aqueducts, yeah, aqueduct spam is still quite bad. I think they need to fix that as well, but they probably, I don't know, haven't gone
Well, now
past
they
that
have
yet.
to be connected to water. That's a huge improvement.
The problem, I don't know, like I just feel like so many things are at this point are at the same level of undone. I like, what do you want fixed? Like, start somewhere. Everything needs it. Everything's got like a first pass. It's like, who knows what's coming next?
True.
That's true. I feel like we're back in the homestead stage.
Well, we're gonna just have to survive for the time being until DevMan do some more updates and fix over some stuff. But yeah,
some ideas
Do we
have come
wanna
back
take
full
bets?
circle, so nothing's permanent. That's what we know.
say again.
Do we want to take bets on EA this year or not?
No way.
No.
No chance.
Hell no.
Aw.
Not at all.
I'm not a gambling man.
I could see a spring 2026 if they've settled on all of the features they want and they literally kick us out of testing and just spend 6 months fixing.
I'm not a gambling man unless it's in-game currency. You know, that's it.
Yeah, no,
I'll pay you 10,000 silver next time.
I would love a roadmap. Like, it's been so long since we've had an updated roadmap and dev blog. Just a little bit more communication
even a
with
small
devs would be
roadmap.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't.
That old roadmap they had before, they should bring that back. That one where they had like what they're focusing on next, because that was nice to know what their next focus was.
I would even settle for like when Nuba said, "Hey, can we please focus testing on these couple of items? That's what we're working on right now." Instead of just being like, "Here's a test, tell us what's wrong," and 50,000 people say the same bug for the 10th time. You know what I mean?
Still there, yeah.
Yeah, and like, can you just like, yeah, hey, we're focusing on these things. See what's broken here.
All right. Well, I think we should end it there, just because we're going quite long, and I know.
Yeah,
we can
I need to cut my grass.
We'll save it for the next time. We'll have some more ideas or other stuff. But thanks anyways, guys, for joining in. Thanks for adding your input as well. It was nice to even see some new faces as well joining in. It's always good to see that everyone likes to chat about it. But yeah, till next time then. And then yeah, see you guys on the next fight or next test. So yeah, take care.
Love you.